crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? The taco place? Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with a room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cards are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. Game time is approaching, and we're getting you ready with the latest pregame news, interviews, analysis, and more from BNN. Have a pregame score prediction or comment? Let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat, or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud sponsor of Boise State Athletics and proud to support our student athletes through exciting NIL partnerships. From the blue turf to wherever life takes you, Lithia Ford of Boise is here to get you there. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. The title sponsor of Bronco Nation News is RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. For all your painting needs, check out RowPaint.com. Now, let's head out and join five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show on Bronco Nation News.
Good evening, Bronco Nation. Welcome to ExtraMile Arena. Boise State basketball is back, and that means another year of the Lithia Ford of Boise, a pregame show here on Bronco Nation News. Pregame, postgame, and tonight, even in-game, we're going to attempt to stream the game tonight thanks to a partnership with Boise State and the Mountain West Network. We'll tell you more about that, but you can just stay here, turn us down, listen to Bob and Abe, and then come back after the game for our postgame show. Broncos on the court getting ready. The season opener tonight here at ExtraMile Arena, and kicking off the show as we have for every game the last, 2 seasons?
2 or 3 maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Season 3, I think, Abe Jackson. So hopefully folks can hear us okay, see us okay, and appreciate everybody for checking us out for another year of Boise State basketball. And yes, if there are any audio, video issues, I'm sure you'll let us know quickly in the chat. Please do. But folks a little frustrated with the football game on Saturday. They say we're a basketball school now.
Been waiting to read that since '99 when I was a freshman.
At least for the next week and a half. There's 3 basketball games before there's a football game.
Yeah.
Obviously, the season gets going tonight. Abe Jackson, former Bronco player, sharpshooter, one of the greatest players in program history. You will hear him the bottom of the hour with Bob Beeler over on 670 KBOI on the radio side. But Abe, excited to be back and have another year, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, we saw a little bit of them against University of Idaho a couple weeks ago in an exhibition game, but the Broncos didn't have their full roster out there. And this is going to be a different type of feel this year, I think, especially at the beginning. I mean, the last 4 years, you had Tyson Degenhart. Everybody was familiar with him. Max Rice was here for multiple years. Everybody was familiar with him. And then the Key Jab and Shaver eras, all these familiar names. Now there's not really so familiar names. There's some that are back, of course, and Buchanan and Peanut Carmichael and Andrew Meadow. But other than those guys, I mean, there's going to be a lot of new faces and new names for these fans to get to know.
Yeah, and we saw some of those in the Idaho game, but I think no doubt about it, one of the guys a lot of fans excited to see tonight, the UCLA transfer, Dylan Andrews.
Yeah, and when you talk about that Idaho game, I mean, you can tell a lot from a team from an exhibition game, but maybe not so much when your starting point guard isn't playing. I remember a few years ago at San Diego State when Marcus Shaver was out. When your starting point guard's out, you're a completely different looking team. I mean, we were a completely different looking team last year with Cardenas running the point than the year before that, where we didn't really have a true point guard. So to not see Dylan Anderson in that first game really doesn't give you an idea about what this team can be. Things that I've heard is that he is quick, he can score, he's a great passer. And, he's from UCLA. UCLA went and got maybe the most coveted transfer at the 1 or 2 position in Donovan Dent from New Mexico. So Dylan Andrews here now from UCLA, and I'm excited to see him play.
Now, you didn't do it that time, but the first time, you're the first one that owes $1 to the pot for calling him Dylan Anderson. I'm going to do it about 10 times a game. We're getting used to it. They still call him DA. I mean, everything's very similar, but Dylan Andrews played in that Washington scrimmage. I know they're super excited about him. And Drew Fielder, the other big-time transfer, we saw him in the Idaho game, 24 points in 23 minutes. Big-time addition. He can score on the outside. He can score on the inside. And I think having a guy that started at Georgetown in the Big East, transferring back home, the Boise native, back here playing for Boise State this year, he's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I think so. And I think what I'm going to be looking from Fielder in these first couple games is what he does on the inside, because there's shooters on this team. There are guys who can knock down the three, multiple people who can from the outside. But what I haven't seen, and what we really didn't have last year either, other than Tyson when they moved him to the 5, was a 5-man who could back down and score inside consistently. So I'm hoping that Fielder can do that. But like you said, he can also stretch the D, knock down multiple threes against Idaho.
Defensively, I know Mike Burns loves, defense and has had this team in previous years, as one of the top defensive teams in the conference and in the country. Last year, they weren't as good, defensively. They were number 70 at Ken Palm. The previous 3 years when they made the big dance, they were top 30 at Ken Palm. So the statistics kind of show if you can be a top 30, top 35 defensive team, you're going to be in position to make the NCAA tournament. What do you make about the defense? I know both Dylan Andrews, particularly his on-ball defending, the length of Drew Fielder in the middle, both are going to help with that. But where would you like to see the defense be better, and why are you confident the defense will be better this year?
Well, I want to see the defense better in the paint. Especially when there's drives and there's kicks. We were pretty good at defense last year on post-ups with Tyson, his strength, and then also Omar Stanley and his strength too. But Omar Stanley, not a great year last year. He didn't have a great year. And so we didn't really have a shot blocker or even a shot effector inside. And when you have heavy pressure from your guards and that heavy pressure opens up lanes sometimes to the post, you got to be confident that those guys behind you are either going to block shots or at least affect shots. I don't think we had that last year because Tyson had to play the 4 and the 5 so much later on down in the season and just can't quite affect shots at 6'7", 6'8". So having some bigger, taller guys inside, I'm hoping that defense at the rim's a little better.
Yeah, and the numbers show it. If they can improve defensively, they're going to be in a good spot. And if they can rebound, they should do that as well. And we were talking to Matt Boucher this morning. He said that he was told they won the rebounding battle against Washington, played really well in that game despite not shooting great from the field. And that's how it's going to kind of be. I mean, this team obviously has some scores. We think they're going to score. But if, defense and rebounding, those travel. And if you can be a good defensive team and a good rebounding team, they should have a chance to win a lot of games.
Well, rebounding is one of those things that you shouldn't get hot and cold at, right? You should be able to rebound and rebound well every single game. Now, shooting and scoring, those are things in a basketball season that'll ebb and flow. At the end of the season, what are your percentages? They're probably going to be pretty good. But we've seen it with three-point shooting with these Boise State teams. You make a bunch, and then you miss a bunch, and you make a bunch. So, but if you can rebound, whether or not you're scoring or you're on a little bit of a cold streak, you'll be able to secure that ball and to keep the other team from scoring.
He's Abe Jackson. My name is BJ Rains. This is the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show, the season opener, Boise State basketball. It's back, folks, and we got it for you here on Bronco Nation News. We'll be doing this every pregame, every postgame, getting Abe's thoughts. We'll have other guests. I think John Mallory's going to join us. We'll have postgame interviews and all that. And then Abe, you can hear him during the game over with Bob Beeler on 670 KBOI on the radio side. And Abe, what else excites you about this team when you think about the depth and the various scoring options they have? A lot of reasons to like this team.
There is, and the veterans are 2, 3, and 4 men. And veterans not just with playing basketball, but being in the program. Those are the names that people are gonna be familiar with. Julian Bowie, he at the point guard, but then you look at the 2, you have Carmichael and Meadow at the 2. You can put Buchanan at the 3. RJ Keene can play the 3 or the 4. So those are the people, those are the players that the people are going to recognize, and I'm hoping that they all have a great year. You got the Keene, who's a senior, Buchanan, who's a senior. Peanut Carmichael, the biggest step you can take, I think, is from your freshman to your sophomore year, and I'm hoping that he takes a big one.
What do you think they're going to do with the starting lineup? What would you do in terms of that 5th spot? Because RJ Keene certainly did some nice things when he started and played a lot of minutes last year, but that would mean somebody like a Peanut Carmichael or a Javen Buchanan having to come off the bench. What do you make in terms of what they might do? I know, as Leon says, it's who plays the last 4 minutes, not the first 4. I know it's not a huge deal. And Leon has statistically liked having a impact player as that 6th man coming off the bench. But do you think Keene gets the nod, or is he a better guy coming off the bench?
Well, I think Keene will do whatever you ask him to do. I mean, what he's proven over the years is that if you need him to rebound and play the tough positions, he'll be able to do that. Now, what he's not going to be able to do is probably give you on a consistent basis maybe double-digit scoring, but they might not need that with this team. So I don't really know what they're going to do with their starting lineup, but what I do know is that there have been times in their Coach Rice team that we hit January and he's still mixing up the starting lineup. So I don't think anything is set in stone with what you see tonight with the starting lineup. It's going to be something that is kind of ebbs and flows throughout the year.
There's the Carmichael family here. They're holding up the sign for us. Let's get that on TV right there. There we go. There's the Carmichael family. They got the shirts there from the blue and orange store, and they're fired up, ready to go tonight. So I always enjoy seeing the Carmichael family here. Abe, we mentioned Andrew Meadow, the number 2 returning leading scorer in the entire Mountain West. Where would you like to see his game evolve? And obviously late in the season, he did a tremendous job upping his scoring. I know defensively there's still some things they're hoping to improve, but didn't have a ton of assists last year either. What do you obviously can shoot from the outside, but in terms of creating his shot and things, where can Andrew Meadow go from preseason All Mountain West to staying, postseason All Mountain West?
Well, I think what it's going to be is the shot in between the 3 and the drive. And I'm not talking about just pull up 15-footers, but maybe a floater inside, because he's shown that he can hit a spot up 3 or even a 3 off of the dribble. And he's also shown later last year that he can drive hard to the hoop and get some contact. But how is he with that touch game in about that 5 to 12-foot range when you drive as hard as you can and then you got to pull up and hit a little something in the paint? If he gets that down, he is going to be tough to stop, because he is a strong dude who can shoot the 3 and is extremely aggressive when he drives.
I know a lot of folks disappointed. One of the guys I always shake hands with and see, David Moats, no longer with the team, doing good things already at Virginia Tech, but some staff changes, bringing in some different folks, including Kobe Carl, back into the program. What do you make of getting Kobe back involved?
What great player for Boise State. I'll say that I don't know Kobe that well. I'm sure that I'll get to know him more as the season progresses, but he's one of those names that you'll see spattered all over the record book when you take a look at it. So he's left his mark on this program as a player, and now going to get after it as a coach. 5
games in a row here to start the season at home, and they kind of get progressively tougher. What do you make of the way the schedule sets up? I know the Utah Valley game on Saturday could be a little sneaky tough. They're not bad, but you get some other winnable games. And really, this team should be 5-0 coming off the Wichita State win, going to Maui. And in years past, they've kind of chased an early loss or two, and had to play pickup. If they can take care of business, win these games they're supposed to at home, they're going to go to Maui with a lot of confidence and have a chance to really do some damage.
Well, I think last year showed you just how important non-conference is. You get that win against Boston College, it could be a different season last year, because they were close to making the NCAA tournament with those 2 wins that they had in the Mountain West tournament. you get the voters and you take a look. Instead of a second place, you see champions of the Cayman Islands Classic. I think that carries some weight. And so it showed last year how important every game is in the season, because it can kind of come back to bite you. But you're right. They should be 5-0. And I think there's some teams that might not be the most recognizable names on this schedule that are going to be kind of tough for the Broncos. I know Duquesne every now and then puts together a pretty good team that has been in the NCAA tournament. Wichita State, of course, has history of being a really good program.
Yeah.
So I think that there'll be some good games.
Well, Utah State, again, Utah Valley, don't sleep on them. I think they're 111th at Ken Palm. That has a chance to potentially end up being a quad 2 game at home here. So final thing or two, and we'll get you out of here. What do you make, first of all, just the Division II? My final thing will be what you want to see tonight, kind of more of a game plan. But just in general, you're playing a Division II team. What do we know about the Sharks from Hawaii Pacific? And they're coming over here for their season opener, 15-14 last year, 10-10 in the league. Got a couple players from Idaho on the team, a coach, one of the assistant coaches from Boise, so some local ties. But a long road trip for the Sharks.
That is a long road trip, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have maybe another game out here somewhere.
They don't.
Are they just going back home?
No, and then a week later they turn around and go to Anchorage and play Alaska.
All right.
But, well, I thought they would have done
some Idaho ties on the team, and Boise State player Pavle Kuzmanovic, his last year playing basketball was on this team. So he said he had a great time playing over there, Hawaii Pacific. And so, yeah, that's how you get these kind of games, right? Is the connections that you make, the coaching staff and the administration, the connections that you make with other programs can get a team like this to come over and play in the home openers.
Is this finally the year, Abe? I mean, what are expectations for this team? What's fair expectations for this team? Big picture-wise, fans are eager. They so badly want that first tournament win.
I want it.
Is this the year it happens, Abe?
The expectations, I think, are a big question mark this year, especially coming off the last few years where the expectations have been win the Mountain West. I mean, last year, preseason number 1, wanted to go to the NCAA tournament. You thought that was the year they were going to win one. This year, so many question marks with this team on, who's going to step up and be the leader. We talk about leadership. You got Tyson for the last 4 years. Max was in the program for over 4 years. And then before that, Abu Kijab, maybe one of the best locker room guys that Boise State has had under Coach Rice. And so you're missing that over the last 6 or 7 years. So who's going to step up and be that leader in the in-game? So there's so many questions on this team. I'm not going to make a prediction right now. You haven't even played a game yet. You're playing a Division II team. Maybe talk to me in January with that question, and I'll have something for you.
All right, quickly before we get you over to your broadcast, I'm not worried about winning tonight. I mean, they obviously should win, hopefully play well. There's not even a point spread. I mean, it's a Division II team. It's essentially a de facto exhibition game where the stats are going to count tonight. But what do you want to see aside from winning from this Bronco team to leave here tonight feeling good?
I want to see Dylan Andrews control the offense. I want to see him with the ball in his hand, the decisions that he makes. I mean, we're coming off the greatest single-season assist guy in Cardenas from last year. I want to see Dylan Anderson make the right decisions with the ball.
You did it again.
$2. Dylan Andrews. I'm going to do it all year.
Me too.
We're going to be talking in March, and I'm going to do it.
Me too.
He needs some nickname.
DA.
Derek Alston.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, so I want to see him with the ball in his hands and the decisions that he makes, not only with his shots, but getting his teammates open, because there are a lot of scores on this team.
Well, we appreciate it. We'll be listening to you and Bob over on 670 KBOI, and then hopefully, if timing works out, catch up with you postgame.
All right, man.
Thanks, Abe.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Abe Jackson, best in the business here on Bronco Nation News, and excited to have Abe back for another year calling games here. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you guys heard me or not, but how about this? Bronco Nation News, we get to stream the game tonight. That's right. We're going to be streaming the game tonight on Bronco Nation News. You saying, is this game televised? Yes, it's televised right here on Bronco Nation News. You don't have to go anywhere. We get to pick up the Mountain West Network television feed tonight, and on yours truly gets to do some commentary. Heck, maybe we can even pull Johnny Ballgame in. We'll have to see. I don't even think Johnny knows about this yet, but Johnny Ballgame, first of all, we appreciate you coming on the broadcast. How you doing, man?
Wow, I'm doing really well. I'm feeling really good. Because this college basketball season. I'm a big college basketball fan. I love the Mountain West. I love this part about my job, that I get to follow and tell stories about this league and everything. And I really like this team. I know you do too, and I say that every year.
Yeah,
I get it. I do. I said this. I've really liked this team 4 or 5 straight years. I really like this
I'm
team.
sure Prater gives you shit for it.
Oh, heck yeah, brother. Prater loves to hear me say, I really like this team. I could just, it's crazy, man. But no, I really like this team, and I'm sure you're going to get into it here. By the way, I don't think I can come on that Manning cast thing.
I know. But your boss is going to be here. I'm going to ask Greg. Maybe we can get a couple minutes out of
it's
you.
It's above Frankage.
What about halftime or something? When they're on a commercial or something? I don't know. I don't think we can. We kind of set it up at the last minute. But
I've been on the air all day.
How about that though? I get to stream the Mountain West Network and broadcast the game tonight. You get to at least sit here and hear me broadcast.
No, you're calling it. You're not going to have the actual feed.
No, I get to provide audio as well. That's what I'm saying. You could have come.
So you're calling the game.
I mean,
tonight.
I don't know if it's going to be a. I don't know if it's going to be a straight play. But here's the issue we're dealing with, Johnny. I'm getting a feed from the Mountain West that I'm allowed legally to play. Right, I have a deal with the Mountain West and Boise State, and we appreciate Cody and Chris and Javen Hedlund at the Mountain West for making this happen. But here's the issue: the feed I'm getting, I think, is going to be delayed from what we're seeing in the arena here. So you and I may see a big dunk from Drew Fielder, and our stream and everybody watching may be seeing 10 seconds prior when they're getting the rebound under the basket.
I don't think that'll make a difference.
It's going to be a little tough for me to get. I'm going to have to be watching the monitor to get play-by-play of what's happening versus what's actually happening. So I may see a huge three. They may hear the crowd cheer, but what they see may be 10 seconds delayed before I can actually talk about the three. So We're going to kind of work out the kinks tonight, see how it is. This may be a one and done. This may be a one game, and we're not doing it again. Hopefully for some of these Mountain West Network games, particularly some of the road Mountain West Network games, we can do this again and maybe have some fun with this. But yes, you don't have to go anywhere, folks. You can stay and watch this game right here with us on BNN. Chad says he would pay for 2 more subscriptions if Jay and Ball Game were on the call.
Yeah, maybe we'll work that out. That might happen, guys.
Maybe for a road game or something.
We'll see what we can do. I don't think it's most of it is just I don't want to. BJ, I'm on the air all day. Like there's plenty of stinking ball game in this town. I just don't want to over.
Okay. What about for another game if somebody brings you Taco Bell to the arena to enjoy? Would somebody buy Johnny Taco Bell if that means he'll give us even a 4-minute segment between one set of media timeouts, maybe at some point. Maybe not tonight. We haven't cleared it. We're not doing it tonight.
There's Kobe Carl to the right of your screen right there with the gray hoodie.
Yes.
Good to see him in the building.
But yes, we're not doing it tonight. I don't want to break any rules. But in the future, hopefully you can do it. But yes, you guys can watch the game with us tonight. And Johnny,
let's talk about this team. Let's go.
Let's do it. You don't want to talk about the broadcast for 10 more minutes? Tell us about what excites you most. Why do you say you really like this team?
You guys, you remember where you heard this. Grab your pen. Do your thing. Holy shnikes, man. Javen Buchanan transformed into Karl Malone. Javen Buchanan is sizably bigger, stronger, has muscles that he did not have this year. He is going to be a menace down low on this team. So my early here, you heard it first. Javen Buchanan is going to be a first-team All-Mountain West player this year. I am so high on Javen Buchanan. Well, talking to other people too. I was talking to RJ Keene courtside, and I was like, damn, dude, I didn't realize Javen got so big and just he looks like Karl Malone now.
The rest of the league is not, though, because they picked not 5, but 10 preseason All Mountain West players, and the coaches and media around this league did not see going into the season Javen Buchanan as one of the top 10 players in this league.
Look, he's way bigger. Yeah. He's way strong. He looks like that's an NBA body, dude.
He's also healthy.
That's a freaking NBA body
and
now.
His family's watching their shots.
He did not have an NBA body last year. Yeah. Sorry to offend his family, but they would probably agree with me. He does now. He's big. Like he's filled out. He's got serious tries. And, dude, I think Javen Buchanan, he was playing a lot hurt last year. He was already terrific last season. So that's what I love about this team. Secondly, Drew Fielder can flat out play. And people can say what they want about the secret scrimmage. Drew Fielder led the team in scoring on the scrimmage. I can say that now because Boucher said that today. I had that info too. Drew Fielder lit the hell up from the Washington Huskies. Worked them, is what I heard. 24 and something. You're 24 points against the Huskies. He had 20-something against Idaho.
24 against Idaho, too.
So I think the fielder guy, it's not Dylan Anderson who's coming in who never played at Arizona. It's a guy who started every game on a team that took its lumps in the Big East last year. And then Dylan Andrews, I hope people realize like the type of athlete Boise State has never had a point guard, in my opinion, as athletic as Dylan Andrews, because Boise State's never been in a position to recruit a kid as athletic as Dylan Anderson out of high school. Now with the transfer portal, you get a chance to have these kids like Dylan Anderson. You went to UCLA. It's like going to Duke, you know? Like you just don't think about Boise State when UCLA is on the phone. Now they have him. And if this team, the only question I have is if it can gel, if the staff and everybody can keep this tight so they like each other, not so they're looking at their own freaking stats every night, getting pissed off because they're not getting their numbers, because that's not going to get them their money. They need to go next year to play in the ACC or the NBA. It's all pro now. So it's like you got to, hopefully this team gets along in that regard. But, you know, Andrews, fielder, and then the transformation physically, my gosh, Javen Buchanan looks massive. I'm excited for this team.
Johnny, we got fans already in the third deck here tonight. You obviously know the pulse of Bronco Nation coming off that football loss on Saturday. There's going to be 3 basketball games before the football team plays again. What do you make of just the interest in this town in basketball now? I know folks are jokingly saying, it's a basketball town now, but do you think that if this team can play well and get off to a nice start, that some of the casual fans might buy in a little more to basketball?
Probably not, but maybe it picks up steam when football season is over. You know, I don't know what would change about this team just because they beat Rio Grande Valley in a week, or Utah Valley. They play both Valley schools.
Utah Valley's pretty good.
I don't think, but the normal person doesn't consider that. That doesn't move their needle. I get you. College basketball fans know it's a good program. Is Madsen still there? Mark Madsen, the Mad Dog?
No. More people excited.
No, he went to
Cal. Are more people excited about this game tonight than would have been if the football team had won by 30?
Yes, if the football team would have won by 30, they're asleep on this. And they're getting ready talking about San Diego State. That football team lost. You're looking for something. It's Hawaii Pacific. I don't know if they're D3 or D2.
D2. They're actually in Spencer Danielson's alma mater, Azusa Pacific.
They play Azusa.
Home and home with Azusa Pacific.
Okay, so you're going to, like I heard somebody in the comments say someone's going to score whatnot. Dude, this thing might be 70-15 at halftime. It might be.
You're going that crazy with this?
It wouldn't shock me. No, but it might be. They might be ahead by 30 at halftime. I'll say that, 30. So it might be one of those games. No, I'm not staying for this whole thing. Hell no.
You won't be in the post game?
I'm not going to go to the presser. If they're going to win by 40, 50 points, it's a Monday night. My mom's at the game with a friend of mine, so I got to drive them home. Like, I don't know. We'll see. But Greg's going to be covering it.
Greg Frank in the building.
I got backup now. We got a team now. Greg's coming to these games. He's going to get audio.
Final thing, we got to get you out of here pretty quick. Is this the tournament? Is this the year? Is this the year?
I can't really. If they're going to win a tournament game,
is this team going dancing?
If they stay, if there are no issues with health, if they're as healthy as you can be, and the chemistry clicks, they like each other. I think it's the top 2-3 Mountain West team. So, yeah, do the math. That gets you in the dance. Be in the top 4 in the Mountain West, and you're feeling pretty good on Selection Sunday. And I think this team's right in that mix, man. I'm excited. I'm going to enjoy the journey, though, BJ. We don't have to do your buddies and your bracketology stuff now. You and all your Field of 68 geeks and those guys. Let's enjoy the journey, man.
All right, man. Looking forward to enjoying it with you, man. Johnny Mallory, KTIK, the ticket. Appreciate it,
Javen Buchanan. That's my dude.
All right, that's his pick. Player of the year candidate, maybe Javen Buchanan, if Boise State can win the league. Peanut Carmichael, a lot of folks, a lot of eyes going to be on him tonight as the Broncos get set to take on Hawaii Pacific here in about 30 minutes. We appreciate John Mallory for joining us. We appreciate Abe Jackson for joining us. Nice crowd filing in here. Peanut Carmichael, is he going to start? who's going to start. Looking forward to finding out the starting lineup here in a little bit, because I think you could have R.J. Keene. You could have Peanut coming off the bench. You could have Peanut starting. We'll find out when they get announced here shortly on Bronco Nation News. Andrew Meadow, another guy we're all looking for. Another guy we're excited about. Andrew Meadow, what are his improvements? What's he going to look like tonight? The number 2 leading scorer, returning leading scorer in the entire Mountain West Conference is Andrew Meadow. So he'll be in the starting lineup tonight, and looking forward to see what he can do tonight as, again, Boise State taking on Hawaii Pacific coming up here in about 30 minutes. And if you joined us late, folks, yes, for the first time in history, Bronco Nation News is going to be live streaming the game tonight. And no, it's not going to be on this webcam from the corner. We're going to be able to take the feed from the Mountain West Network. So you're going to get replays. You're going to get live, multiple cameras, and then you're going to get yours truly providing some commentary. So still figuring out how this is going to work exactly. It's a one-time thing to try it out tonight and see how it works. If there are some issues, stick with us, but we're super excited about this. We appreciate Boise State, Chris Coots, Cody Gogler, the Mountain West, Javen Buchanan, everybody for making this work tonight. But Bronco Nation News right here on this feed. Put this on your big screen. Put this on your smart TV tonight. Put it on your iPad. Go to your YouTube app on your smart TV, and you can watch this show right here, and we're just going to keep it going right through tip-off. And whenever the Mountain West Network broadcast comes on, there is no need for you to flip over. We're going to be able to show you the Mountain West Network stream, and I'll be providing some commentary as well. Like I said, the only issue is the delay we may have, so I'm going to do my best to not tell you what's going on. I'll try to even mute my mic a little bit so you don't know if there's a big play or something, if there is a small delay going on during the game. But we're going to do our best. And we will in the future try to get Johnny. We're going to have Nathan Carroll do this for a future game. We'll try to get maybe Matt Bauscher to come sit up for a 4-minute stretch. We got some former players. I mean, Brock Rice. How about getting Brock Rice a couple beers in, coming over and hanging out with us for part of the live commentary? So we got a lot of ideas for this moving forward. Not even sure if we're going to be able to do it for any more games. This is a one-time thing. We're going to try it out, test it out, and if it goes well, hopefully for some future Mountain West Network games, we'll be able to do this. If it's on CBS Sports or Fox Sports 1, we are not allowed to do it. But if it is a game that is only on the Mountain West Network, I think we're going to be allowed to do this, hopefully, fingers crossed, for some future games if all goes well tonight. So bear with us for any technical issues, but I think we're going to be good to pull the stream in, and I've got it all ready, set to go. Tonight. You can watch the Mountain West stream, chat with your friends in here in the chat, and also me doing some commentary during the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you see the Boise State team taking the court right now. The new uniforms. Spencer Aarons right there going up for the layup. One of the many new additions here for Boise State during the 2025-2026 season. And there's Dylan Andrews going in for the layup. He's the guy I'm probably most excited about seeing tonight. UCLA transfer, did not play in the open game against Idaho, did play against Washington in the secret scrimmage and apparently played very well. So Dylan Andrews, his Boise State debut is tonight, and you're going to see it right here on Bronco Nation News. We want comments. We want score predictions. We want to know where you're watching from. So far, Maui Snowtech wins the award. He's watching the game from the hot tub, so we appreciate you for joining us out there. Hopefully you have a cold beverage or two with you. And we appreciate you for tuning in. Everybody else, where are you watching from? Give us your score predictions. Give us your location, your shout-out. We'll shout you out during the game. And if this stream works as we're hoping, you'll be able to continue just chatting here in the YouTube chat and asking questions and watching the game with us. Interactive Manning cast style right here on Bronco Nation News. And, again, you won't have this crappy webcam view. You'll have the official broadcast feed from the Mountain West Network. You'll just have me listening in over it. So if you'd rather have Brian King, I think it is, on the call, you can go ahead and do that and, listen to the full production. But if you want to watch the game on Mountain West Network and listen to us here on BNN and be able to chat with your friends and your teammates or your friends here at BNN, we're more than happy for you to do that. And we're going to play it by ear. We may start and the delay's too much and it doesn't make any sense for me to broadcast it, and I'll just dive out and let the Mountain West Network guys talk, and then maybe I'll jump in on the commercials and things. So I'll be in and out. I don't think it'll be a straight, full play-by-play broadcast for me. We're going to kind of play and see what happens here moving forward. So Josh and Brenley, appreciate you guys. Living room with 2 kids running around like crazy. 84-60 is the score prediction. 84-60. Josh and Brenley. We may have a new winner for jealous of where they're watching from. Just got a text from our good friend Craig Shoemaker, big supporter of the program, watching the game from Mexico. So, Craig, super jealous of you. Appreciate you for watching. Looking forward to seeing you at future home and road games here soon. But Craig Shoemaker watching from Mexico. We appreciate him for watching tonight, as all of you are. Over 500 viewers, including 100 of you on YouTube. I'll tell you what, YouTube for a basketball pregame show, we're typically not nearly this high. So I know you guys are fired up for basketball season, and it's shown in the viewership here right now, where we're well over 100 just on YouTube. And how about this? Maybe another winner. Appreciate you, Kay, for watching. K-Bar4179 watching from 35,000 feet somewhere over Iowa. Hey, safe travels. Appreciate you for watching as well. And looking forward to wherever you're headed. Hopefully it's somewhere fun. And really appreciate you for watching tonight. We got Javen's family watching in from Indiana, of course. Always appreciate the support of Javen's family and appreciate them for watching tonight here on BNN. We got Nick Bauman watching from Guam. Nicholas, appreciate you from watching in from Guam. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Jen says, I sound excited to do the game. I'll do great. I am actually excited. It wasn't really approved or set until like 5 p.m. I was working on it all day, getting it approved, and we finally got it approved, and we appreciate Boise State and the Mountain West for allowing this to happen tonight. But we're excited to check it out. Spencer Buchanan, big blowout tonight. I think that's Uncle Buchanan's got the blowout win. All kinds of folks. This is pretty cool. We got folks in Mexico, folks watching in Plains over Iowa, folks in Guam, family members in Indiana. We're having fun tonight on the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show here on Bronco Nation News. We're going to keep this stream going all the way through tip-off. So there's 21 minutes on the clock. They'll have the national anthem here in a little bit, and then they'll have the game broadcast. And as I said, you need to go nowhere. So get this game on your actual. If you're watching on your phone right now, flip this over to your TV, your smart TV, your laptop, however you typically watch the games when they're digitally. Go to YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitter right now, I highly recommend going over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Bronco Nation News on YouTube. This feed is live right now on YouTube, and we will just keep this feed going during the game here. So we'll end the game before the post-game show. So we will have the game end, and then we'll probably have a separate feed for the post-game show a little bit later. But the game broadcast will be right here on this link, nowhere to go anywhere in about 20 minutes. So Jen's watching from the desk computer, so appreciate that. Let's see what else we got. Excited to see Andrews. Yeah, super excited to see Dylan Andrews tonight making his Boise State debut. Super impressive with what he did for UCLA the last couple of years. I mean, I don't know if you folks realize this. Like, you're getting starters from Power 4 schools to now transfer to Boise State. I mean, it's Power 6, whatever you want to call it, with Georgetown. But in the past, when you got Chibuzo Abo, when you got Abu Kijab, when you got Emmanuel Akot, these guys had done next to nothing at their previous schools. You know, they were guys that were highly rated, and Boise State found them. They didn't play much at their previous schools, wanted bigger opportunities, and got them and turned them into star players. And in many cases, they're still playing professionally. But Abu Kijab averaged like 2 points at Oregon. Chibuzo Abo averaged like 1.5 points at Texas Tech or something like that. You're getting guys now in Dylan Andrews from UCLA who started and averaged in double figures. You're talking double-figure scorers in the Big Ten and the Pac-12 the last 2 years for Dylan Andrews. I mean, you just don't typically get that. Drew Fielder started every game last year, I believe, at Georgetown. You're getting a Georgetown transfer, a UCLA transfer, and starters at these schools transferring to Boise State. It's a huge deal, and I just don't know if folks realize the quality of athlete you're getting in the transfer portal. And are they going to, on day one, be a better pair than Alvaro Cardenas and Tyson Degenhart? I don't know. we'll have to wait and see. But certainly, you certainly lessen the blow of losing the all-time leading scorer in program history and the single-season assist leader in Alvaro Cardenas by bringing in Dylan Andrews from UCLA and Drew Fielder from Georgetown. You see Drew just hit the three there. His overall game, I think, really adds a lot to this offense because he is going to shoot the three. He can score on the inside. And you just look at what Boise State can do. They're going to have shooters at all 5 spots on the floor. And so it's not going to be a one spot where you don't have to worry about a guy shooting. I mean, there's Drew Fielder shooting another three right there and swished it. There's Carmichael. But you've got, Dominic Parolin. He came in off the bench and hit 2 threes in a row against Idaho. You've got other guys that can shoot. Obviously, Carmichael, Meadow, Keene. I mean, all these wing players can shoot from the outside as well. Spencer Aarons, the 6'10 freshman, he just hit a three from the wing. He did some big things for Team Canada in international ball over the summer. So I know we say it every year, but there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of guys that deserve to play. And it's going to be fun to see how they play out. I mean, there's a guy like Bon. I wonder if that guy's even going to play this year. I mean, you would assume he's going to be a redshirt, but he was impressive in some limited action. So very curious to see how they do the rotations, to see who starts tonight. They still have not announced the starting lineup for tonight's game. I really do wonder if it's going to be R.J. Keene or if it's going to be Carmichael or somebody like that. They have an interesting dilemma in terms of who they bring off the bench and who they decide to start. Johnny, we do have Scott Brown, who works for the University of Idaho and is a college basketball referee reffing a Boise State game tonight. I know folks are always love when that happens and love seeing that, but our friend Scott Brown, I believe, is the referee that lives in northern Idaho and I believe works for the University of Idaho and also is a college basketball referee. But Scott Brown, we'll check the Ken Palm numbers to see where he finished last year at Ken Palm. He is the lead official tonight. Ron Brokenbraw and Aaron Dickerson, also the other 2 officials. I don't know much to anything about those guys, but you do have Scott Brown as your lead official tonight. Pretty good quality ref that does a lot of Boise State games. Last year he did rank, let's see here, at Ken Palm. Scott Brown, let's see where he came in. I'm looking at this on the fly, folks. Scott Brown, I don't see him. I know I missed him somewhere, so I apologize. But he's a top 100 official in the country, and he's kicking off the season tonight right here in Boise, Idaho for Boise State and Hawaii Pacific. What do we know about Hawaii Pacific? Well, they're a Division II program. They went 15-14 last year, 10-10 in their conference. They are in the same conference as the alma mater of Spencer Danielson, Azusa Pacific, Chaminade, Point Loma, Concordia, Vanguard. That's their conference that they're in from the Division II level. Now, the associate head coach, Cameron Flabel, is from Boise. The associate head coach for Hawaii Pacific is from Boise, and he was a student manager at Idaho State. And now he's back here in Boise as an assistant coach here for Hawaii Pacific. Ike Sutton, a freshman guard from Idaho Falls. Hillcrest High School in Ammon, Idaho, is also a member of the team. So they've got a little local Idaho flavor on it. And then, as you heard earlier, Pavle Kuzmanovic played 3 years at Boise State, went on to play 1 year at Little Rock, Arkansas, and then played his last year at Hawaii Pacific. So Hawaii Pacific does have some local ties, and they are coming here to play 1 game, to get a paycheck, and then to head back to the islands tomorrow after this game tonight. But a lot of reasons to be excited if you're a Boise State fan, and some of these newcomers, I think, but also the returners. Andrew Meadow, as we said, number 2 leading returning scorer in the conference. Where does he take that next step this year? You know, a guy like Peanut Carmichael burned his red shirt in January, came in, played well for Boise State later in the season. You know, where is he ready to become an all-Mountain West type player right away as a sophomore? Is he ready to take his game to that next level here as a sophomore? Julian Bowie, one of the top shooters in the conference. Can he become one of the top shooters in America? Julian Bowie, I think folks are excited to see what he can do with his increased playing time this year. And then we mentioned R.J. Keene, you know, statistically one of the most valuable players, one of the top defenders in all of college basketball. Can he get his offensive game going? I think we all think that the defensive game is improving and is there. not improving, it's there. He's one of the top defensive players, one of the top rebounders in America. If you can get R.J. Keene to consistently hit a three-pointer from the outside, I think that just massively changes things for Boise State. How about Joey Jenkins going cowboy hat tonight for the season opener? Joey Jenkins, cowboy hat and all, tipping his cap to the crowd, doffing his cowboy hat to Bronco Nation as he gets set for another season of Bronco basketball. And he's down here. Darren College is that a number 38 baseball jersey. So I don't know who 38 was, but Leighton Vander Esch baseball jersey, I guess you could say. Darren College looks like he's been in the weight room. Certainly. Jay Tus here as well. Everybody's here. Everybody is here tonight. Bronco Studios in the house. Jay Tus in the house. And as I said, folks, if you're joining us late, you don't have to go anywhere. We're going to broadcast the game right here on Bronco Nation News. We will pick up the Mountain West Network feed, and then I'll provide some commentary, Manning style, here of Boise State. So all the other media members from the Idaho Press, Idaho Statesman, they're all going to sit here and have to hear me. Thank you. I got a present here from someone. Let's see what we got here. Looks like a Cardinals shirt, Johnny. Look at this. This gentleman right here just gave us a thank you, sir, a Matt Holliday Cardinals shirt. Free gifts. Appreciate it. All right, Johnny. Yeah, we'll appreciate the free gift here. Thank you to the gentleman that just brought that by. If anybody else wants to bring by maybe a beer, maybe some pizza, popcorn, I don't know. Just kidding. Don't unfortunately can't have the beer. But excited to call the game with you on the Mountain West Network and have some fun. We're testing this out tonight, so we'll see. It may not work like it's supposed to, but if it does, it's going to be fun to tap into the Mountain West Network live stream and broadcast this game for you guys to watch tonight here on Bronco Nation News. You can stay. You can chat with your friends in the chat. You can watch the game. And, again, if you're on any other social platform, X or maybe Facebook, I would recommend going to the YouTube app on your smart TV, turning on the YouTube app to this feed right here and watching the game on YouTube. That is the easiest way to do that. So we are getting ready for the national anthem. The youngsters are taking the court right now. We're going to go ahead and cut the audio here so you can hear the national anthem. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Again, Boise State, Hawaii Pacific coming up here in about 10 minutes. The national anthem is coming up next. We're going to play the national anthem and then a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back shortly. Bronco Nation News live from ExtraMile Arena, getting you set for the season opener, Boise State and Hawaii Pacific. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 2 minutes on Bronco Nation News.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? The taco place? Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cars are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
All right, gracing us with his presence for a couple of minutes back here live on the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show from Bronco Studios, the one and only Jay Tus. Jay, we appreciate you for joining us here. Bronco Studios, tremendous program earlier today. And Boise State basketball, man, it is back. And we're here for another year, man.
There's just something about being on the top row of press row with BJ Raines and Johnny Ballgame Mallory that just makes the whole entire universe feel complete.
And and as the game, I don't know if we'll get it tonight, but as the games get bigger, the Johnny Ballgame kind of getting into the games and the fist pumps and the,
Yeah, you won't. His rotator cuff can't take his best fist pump right now, but he'll get there. He'll get there.
Even Greg Frank in the house here. It's a big game when Greg. First time in ExtraMile Arena for Greg Frank tonight.
That's how you know it's a big game?
Yeah.
One for one. One for one.
I don't know when the last time was we had multiple KTIK people on press row, so it's a big deal now.
Okay.
Jay, I know we've talked to you about it the last couple of weeks. We all saw the Idaho game. We were there for the Grand Slam for Cal Raleigh right during, right before the game. But
right before the game.
What is your excitement level? You've seen this team practice a lot. Some fans saw them in the Idaho game. A lot more are going to see them in this building tonight, right here on our stream on BNN. What are they going to see that you think they're going to be excited about? What excites you about this team?
I'm going to surprise you with my pregame take here.
Okay.
That Boise State is going to be going up against a little bit of a juggernaut today, and it's one that maybe people in the Treasure Valley have kind of forgotten about, if you will. So Cam Flabell is actually an assistant coach.
We already brought this up.
You did?
He's from Boise.
He's from Boise.
Yes.
But you see, Cam's best friend's name is Micah.
Okay.
And about a decade ago, I had the honor of being out at Columbia High School when Mountain View's C team or JV team, I think it was their C team, freshman team, was playing a basketball game. And Micah, man, full of spirit, incredible dude. And he got into a game and had the chance to put up a couple of shots, and he made one of them. And the whole gym went absolutely crazy. And here we are over a decade later, and Cam, who was Micah's best friend, they shared the court that night.
That's awesome.
Micah's going to be here, I know it. Cam's on the side, or Cam's going to be coaching in this game, and I know that he made sure that Micah had a nice seat for this contest.
How cool
here.
is that? So,
just to let you know, Bronco Nation, you're going up against a superpower tonight that's going to be backing a little bit of the Hawaii Pacific bench.
Maybe they'll win by 30 instead of 50. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, that might be the case, but you know what? That would be a victory for them.
That's a cool story. But all right, so we are excited for that. But what else excites you about this team? As we're, by the way, it's too late to do it tonight. But I mean, because I don't have the approval of your bosses. But folks are asking if you can stick around for the live stream. Maybe halftime or maybe on a timeout or something. We can bug you for 30 seconds. But at some point, would love to get your thoughts on this little live stream we're doing, but not tonight. I don't think we can do it.
Well, first off, shout out Chad. He's in the chat, and then we got Ashley and Sky Ship. That's our guys over at the Blue and Orange store, by the way. So just to let you know, T-Hawks and the guys at the Blue and Orange store.
Now, believe it or not, Jay,
I paid full price.
I was going to believe it or not, though. I mean, you didn't actually have a lot of Boise State stuff in the closet there. Huh?
I had one hat that Tyson Dagenhart gave me, and it had a Bronco logo on the side and a Mariners logo on the front that he brought me back from Boise State night at the Seattle Mariners. That was all that I had prior to working at Boise State. Now I had to clear out a whole drawer because that's just the way that it is. But blue and orange are cool colors, so I'll take it.
All right, for the third time, what excites you about this team?
Guys, we were like sitting in the same spots last year when a guy named Dylan Anderson just absolutely went off against Oklahoma. This team looked unstoppable.
Oakland.
Sorry, Oakland. Oklahoma would have been a little different.
Didn't he hit a three from the top of the key on the first possession of the season? Or something?
And it was like, holy cow, this team's going to the NCAA tournament, Johnny. This team's going to the NCAA tournament. You might see something like that tonight, but man, I really think that this team is going to be for real. I love the pieces that they've added to their returners. I talked to Peanut Carmichael earlier today. I know that you guys have talked to them as well. Huge takeaway from Peanut. He seems so relaxed and confident this year even compared to last year. And, I mean, he was a true freshman that got thrown into really the starting lineup at times. And he was initially thought he was redshirting. But, man, he just seems cool, collected, and I'm excited to see how these returners are going to start to mature. Javen Buchanan, Andrew Meadow, obviously the guy that I just mentioned, Peanut Carmichael. But now you're also going to sprinkle in Drew Fielder, another DA, Dylan Andrews. We didn't get to see him play at Idaho. He is going to be really, really exciting. And this is going to be Bronco Nation's first public glimpse at Dylan Andrews. And I don't know, are the handcuffs off? Like, I mean, like in terms of like, is he going to are the reins off on DA? Do you know?
He played in the Washington scrimmage.
Right.
We heard Tim Duryea tell you on Bronco Studios, and it sounds like he is in the starting lineup tonight. And one other one that I did notice, I was curious if it was going to be R.J. Keene or Carmichael. It is going to be Pearson Carmichael in the starting lineup tonight.
Break it down.
Dylan Andrews, Pearson Carmichael, Andrew Meadow, Drew Fielder, and Javen Buchanan, your starting five tonight.
Now, this is probably the starting five that I would have picked. I mean, right? Would you have picked that as your starting five?
Yes, as the Broncos take the floor.
Yeah, as the Broncos come out.
New uniforms and all.
I love the white uniforms they're rocking.
I like the retro one better.
The retro ones are better.
The
I
white
agree.
script Broncos, but
they can't wear it every game. They gotta mix it up every now and then. So
they got more that the blue and orange store can sell.
You're darn right.
Yeah, but the
number 4. You just saw him hit a layup right there. Dylan Andrews. He's I'm really just excited to see him play. I just think he's going to be a significant piece to this team. He's going to defend. He's going to push the pace. He can get up and down the court. I am really, really excited to see what Dylan Andrews brings to this team this year.
How is he going to be different than Alvaro Cardenas for fans watching?
I think that you know this. Like, you're not going to get quite the distributor that Cardenas was, because that's what he was good at. But you are going to get more on the defensive end, and I think that's what this team needs in order to match up with some of the guards in this league last year, like Donovan Dent.
Don Moe down here.
Donovan Dent last year. I mean, having DA versus Donovan Dent last year, that would have been an epic matchup. So I think that this team does such a good job. Leon, over his time at Boise State, has figured out the ebbs and flows and the roster needs and all these things, and he just has this way of figuring it out. And so that's going to be awesome. I'll say that probably the biggest question mark is going to be, how do they replace Tyler Whitmer?
Is he officially gone?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Whitmer was awesome. He was their strength and conditioning guy. And outstanding human. Loved Whitmer.
We were talking earlier about David Moats. Stinks not seeing David Moats.
David Moats, golly, man. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And they're going to be a fun team. I really think they're deep. I think they're talented. I think they have a number of guys on this roster, BJ, that can play 1 through 5. Like, this is like as close to positionless basketball probably as Leon's got. I mean, even Peanut was telling me today, he's like, no, man, I'm going to play on the ball. I'm going to handle it a little bit this year. They're going to be very versatile in how they can mix and match. And I also think that they got some shooters on the team this year, which they could really, stand to improve that.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock here, and we'll get Jay out of here on this final question. They're getting ready for the starting lineups. The Mountain West Network feed will kick in, and if you're just joining us, we will be able to broadcast the game here live on BNN tonight, courtesy of Boise State. But, Jay, just big picture, final question. Excitement level. I mean, the third deck, this place, it's not packed, but you got a lot of people in here for a season opening game against a Division II team. I don't know if it was the football team losing. I don't know what it is, but it feels like a lot of people are excited about basketball season.
I think you look at the last 4 years, BJ, 3 NCAA tournament appearances. They had a successful run at the Crown, and I think that it's back to expecting them to get to the March Madness this year, and it begins tonight, even against Hawaii Pacific, inside ExtraMile Arena.
Appreciate you, Jay. Thanks a lot for coming on, man. We'll be watching Jay Tus, Bronco Studios. Thanks, Jay.
Have a good night, buddy.
All right, man. Jay Tus, Bronco Studios. As Bronco Studios will now be getting me a new headset here, it looks like. We'll be able to fix it. It was just the they're doing the starting lineups here. We're going to go to the Mountain West Network stream. Look at this court. That looks pretty new. Is that the court's lit up? Look at this. Is that new? Is that new, Jay Tus? Look at the court here. It's kind of hard to see on our crappy webcam, but the court is kind of lit up here, and we're excited for Boise State basketball. So the Mountain West – let's see here. We need to remove this. All right, there's our Mountain West Network feed. We'll be going to that shortly when the game gets going here. But, again, we're going to be dealing with some maybe some delays. I'm not really sure. We're going to test this out and see what happens. Starting lineups getting ready to come out. We'll try to show you the intro video here. Starting lineups, the pregame video being played for Boise State. You guys are watching an exclusive webcast stream here. We're going to pick up the Mountain West Network feed when the game gets started. We're showing you the sights and sounds for the first time in 4 years of BNN. We get to show you this game live tonight here on BNN, and we're excited for that. Hope you'll stay, watch the game with us. This will be the feed. You'll get the typical Mountain West feed just like everybody else, except you'll get our commentary, our great commentary coming over the broadcast. So you will get Boise State and Hawaii Pacific on the Mountain West Network feed. But right now, while they're on a commercial break, we're going to show you the starting lineups here for Boise State. We mentioned Boise State starting lineups. Dylan Andrews, Pearson Carmichael, Andrew Meadow, Drew Fielder, and Javen Buchanan will be your 5 for Boise State. You see the Broncos, they got a cool little, some new lighting. They're lighting up the court there. That's pretty cool. Some LED lighting on the court. There's going to be some cool things they can do with that. Really cool lighting here at the arena. And again, we appreciate all you guys for kicking off Boise State basketball season, starting it with us. We're going to attempt to do something we've never done here on BNN, and we really appreciate Cody Gogler. We appreciate Chris Coots. We appreciate Javen Buchanan. This is in conjunction with Boise State and the Mountain West Network, and we appreciate with them. There's not much to hear, Kay. Apologize. There's not much to hear right now with the audio. But hopefully we'll get some let's get ready to rumble here. Hopefully they time this right on this broadcast, and we'll see here tonight. But again, my name is BJ Rains. This is Bronco Nation News. I'm going to be in and out of the stream here tonight. I don't really want to tick off Jay Tus and do the entire live broadcast here from him. So we'll be in and out of the broadcast. We're testing this as we get set for tip-off. And our main thing is going to be figuring out what the delay is. And it could be a decent-sized delay based on what I'm seeing right now. So this may work. This may not work. We'll have to all right, we got Jock Jams. We got Michael Buffer. It's time for Boise State basketball. This should be a fun one, folks. Again, we're going to do the best we can on the stream here. Boise State and Hawaii Pacific, the great Joey Jenkins firing up the crowd. There is definitely going to be a little bit of a delay on what you're seeing and what I'm seeing, so I'm going to do my best to not give it away. I may even mute it for a bit here to start the game. But Boise State and Hawaii Pacific getting set to go here at ExtraMile Arena. Nice crowd on hand. Again, Boise State playing the Division II Hawaii Pacific Sharks here to kick off the 2025-2026 season.
Game in program history. It's all led to this. Scott Brown, the 114th ranked official in Ken Palm last year with the basketball in the air. Rob Brokenbow and Aaron Dickerson are officiating crew tonight. Hawaii Pacific with the basketball starting out in a half-court set. 15 and 14 last year. They nearly turned the basketball over there. And Brian, we get a look at the Boise State defense that wants to improve. They were still really good last year, top 70 overall in that metric, but they felt like they left a little meat on the bone.
Yeah, I think it takes a while, right? I mean, game one, realistically, for the Broncos, and Coach Burns will have them dialed up, but they're going to hang their hat on defense, which they have traditionally done for many years now.
10 and 10 last year in the Pac West was Hawaii Pacific. Coach Jesse Nakashini told us that's their guy. Joshua West, he misses the three, and in the arms of Boise State's guy. Dylan Andrews, the transfer from UCLA. Peanut Carmichael, a triple won't go, and a rebound for Maz Dusanich.
Boy, good look for Carmichael. Obviously a shot. He's going to make that shot a lot this year, Garrett.
21 points against New Mexico right here on this floor last year. Really his breakout game. Here's Quentin Mesa, the Utah Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. Beautiful backdoor find, Dusanich on the bucket, and Hawaii Pacific breaks the seal tonight. Now the Broncos respond to very potent offense, over 76 points per game last year. They were 39th in the country in offensive efficiency. Andrew Meno to the 10, and the 12-point per game score from a year ago has his first bucket.
Boy, and a great back cut, great read, and a great pass and fielder as well.
They really feel like he's even better than he was last year. 14 points off 7 of 9 free throws against Idaho. Into the paint. This is West going right at Javen Buchanan. How about the start for the Sharks?
Well, Joshua West, I think everything's going to go through him tonight for the Sharks. Big body, big, strong finish.
As I mentioned, due to the delay on this, I don't know if I can provide a full commentary play-by-play. We'll let the Mountain West Network guys do that, but we will be here to give some updates throughout the game. Obviously, 4-2 Hawaii Pacific. The free throw there makes it 5-2 in the early going, and we'll keep you updated on the some comments and have more for you here pretty soon. But for now, we'll send it back to the Mountain West Network crew. I'll continue to come in and join you guys as well. But Boise State and Hawaii Pacific underway here at ExtraMile Arena. Keep getting your thoughts in the chat. Keep getting all your comments in. You guys can chat with each other. I'll have some commentary as well. 5-2 Hawaii Pacific in the lead over Boise State right now. And there goes a three-pointer. And it's good. 8-2 Hawaii Pacific. 8-2 early hole for the Broncos here as the Sharks hitting a couple shots early.
And it's a 6-point lead for the visitors. David Buchanan, 6th man of the year last year in the Mountain West. Off on his first triple. And Mesa Bulls. West downhill. And the rebound to Drew Fielder, the Georgetown transfer. Peanut Carmichael again. Bucket from distance.
Such a smooth shot. Good push by Andrews to get to the shooter right out of the gate.
32% from last year. They really felt like that was his floor. He could be even better if he sticks around for 4 years.
Boy, I think he can be so much better than 32. I mean, I think he's probably a 45% shooter.
Quentin McCullough, another newcomer in this roster. Into the paint. That's not the Bronco defense they're looking for. McCullough taking advantage.
No, Coach Burns clearly will not be happy. Dribble penetration 3 times down the court for the Sharks leads to easy buckets.
All right, Javen Buchanan finally healthy. He's fouled in the paint. Brian, I don't think you would have known this if you just watched him last year. He was playing extremely injured, had hip surgery last year, which is certainly no gimme. He's coming back from back and hip injuries, and they really feel like his ceiling is really indescribable.
Yeah, Buchanan, if he stays healthy, I think he really is capable of a blowout season here. I mean, we talked about it in the open, just can score at any level against anybody. And, you know, a very calm player as well. Doesn't force it, takes good shots, just poised for a breakout season.
Western night in the Boise State student section. The Corral, they have turned out here in the first week of November. Buchanan 2 for 2, and Boise State back within a 3-point bucket.
A little full court pressure, a little soft pressure by the Broncos, a different look. See if they can keep the ball on the perimeter off the dribble this possession.
Joshua West, the transfer from Dominican University. He was the freshman of the year in his league at that school. NBA range for Mesa, that won't go, and that's not the shot that they're looking for. It wasn't the outlet Boise State was looking for. Another chance for Hawaii Pacific. McCullough, no.
Boise State a little sloppy defensively, and you're seeing a putback there off the steal for Hawaii Pacific. Broncos obviously defensively, that's a huge key for them this year. Got to be better on defense. You see the three there for Dylan Andrews. Huge shot for Dylan Andrews. Got to get him going from three-point range this year. All over the court. Dylan Andrews is going to be a huge bust, but defensively early, Broncos looking to improve on that and have some, certainly early going, some things to do here.
A job, Garrett.
We don't want that, right?
Or he could have got me a lot of shots. One of the two.
That's not what we were going for. We're not trying to take your job. Another triple for Hawaii Pacific won't go. Drew Fielder clears the ball. The Indiana native Javen Buchanan's found such a wonderful home here in Idaho. Dylan Andrews hoping for some of the same. Drew Fielder right down Broadway. And the whistle on Hawaii Pacific will take us to our first media timeout. Both teams feeling it. Give Hawaii Pacific a ton of credit. Dylan Andrews and the Broncos.
Well, we've reached the first media timeout of the game here so far, and 12-10. The Sharks of Hawaii Pacific holding a small lead on Boise State. Hopefully this is working okay for you guys. We're doing the best we can here, alternating with the audio, alternating with the stream. I'll come in when I can with some thoughts and analysis. Hawaii Pacific, 5 of 10 from the field already, and they have 4 rebounds. Boise State, 3 of 7 from the field, 5 rebounds for Boise State. But nice to see Dylan Andrews hit that early 3. That was obviously big for Boise State. The Broncos are 2 of 4. They've taken 7 shots in the early going, 4 from three-point range. Andrews has 1, and Carmichael has 1, and already 3 different players have attempted a 3 in the first 4 minutes. So a lot of different guys are going to be able to shoot the rock for Boise State in this season, and I think that the different guys that can shoot from 3 is going to be a big deal for Boise State. I think that anywhere on the court you're going to have shooters that can score in different ways and do different things for Boise State. So I think that's a big asset you're going to see is the shooting for Boise State. 15-second delay. I think that's true, but I think when you're seeing the feed you're seeing is hopefully even with what I'm talking about, correct? I think it's 15 feet from the live feed, but when I come in and talk about what is on the screen, I believe that is about what how it works there. So tell me if I'm wrong, but when I'm saying commentary, I believe that is even with what you're seeing. I'm trying to not give away what I'm seeing about 15 seconds ahead. Boise State is going to be going to the free throw line here. Drew Fielder is going to go to the line for 2 shots for Boise State. And again, I'll be seeing this free throw a little before you guys do. So doing the best I can. I'm going to try not to give it away. I will give you the first free throw here from Drew Fielder. There's 15:35 to go, 12-10. These could be the first official points for Drew Fielder. And going to give you a hint, guys. He does make the shot here for Boise State. So we'll send it back to the Mountain West Network stream here for a bit, and we'll be back in shortly. But Drew Fielder going to the line, Boise State 12-12 after he makes them both. But we'll send you back to the live action.
Transferred to Southern California when he was just 16 years old. Get a little more exposure, and it worked for him. He was recruited out of high school by Georgetown. He eventually worked his way into the transfer portal. He committed to USC and Eric Musselman for a night. Said he was sick to his stomach. He couldn't sleep. He knew he had to be in Boise, Idaho. Gave Coach Rice and company a call. Here he is. And Boise State is going to be much better for it this year.
Yeah, really a good get for the Broncos. And Drew really does have a deep connection to Boise, Idaho. Roberto Bergeson, the assistant coach on the Broncos staff, was his youth coach for the Hoop Dreams Basketball Club. And so from a very early age, he's got a deep connection to this community.
Avi Halpert has checked into the game for Hawaii Pacific. Another player their coaches told us to watch out for. He can run a little of the point. With Mesa late shot clock. Nemanja Sarnac into the game for the first time today. Mesa no. And the rebound pinballs in.
Julian Bowie in the game, and also Nato, the freshman. He's in the game. Some early minutes for Nato, who played good in the Idaho game. You see him in there now. Another turnover there from Boise State. But Boise State with a couple subs in there and then a couple more to go. Another three from Hawaii Pacific goes down. Hawaii Pacific already with a couple threes, and they're leading 15-12 here early in this one.
Here's Fielder going to work. Here is A.G. Neto all the way from Luanda, Angola. Andrew Meadow. Julian Bowen. Springborn, a rebound for Meadow.
Fouls on the Sharks, number 0, Dusanich. His first, 13.
Not the finish he was looking
Welcome
for. It
in
counts
from
the same.
Broncos, number 9, Dominic Parolin.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Number 5,
It's not
Jay
unusual
Tus.
for this to happen early in the season. You're playing at an AIA or a D2 school. This is not unusual. Broncos will just take a few minutes to get their feet under it.
A.G. Neto foul. That'll be the third on Hawaii Pacific. Both teams making changes. Sharks getting Josh DeSealer. Brett Cole, Boise State summing in Dominic OJ team for the first time. David Buchanan ready to toss it in. Broncos 44th in the net last year, top 50 team in KenPom. Nearly missed the NCAA tournament by just one game. Neto the dribble drive. Bowie's step back. Last touch by Boise State.
Broncos really getting about any shot they want right now. Maybe a little impatient offensively.
No field goals over the last 2 minutes. This was a team that was top 39 in the country in offensive efficiency last year. Ridiculously good on the offensive glass. A steal for Dominic Parolin. What a bounce pass. Oh, what a breakup there by Halpert. Give him credit for not giving up on that play.
Yeah, really good effort. Bowie had a dunk there, maybe one of his first one of the season, clearly, but Broncos are going to have to earn it. 28 on the shot clock.
Dominic Parolin into the game, and Bronco fans have been excited to see him play. The transfer from Lehigh sat out all of last year. Assistant coach Lex Williams told us this week that they are so excited about him because he knows exactly what they're looking for after that year sitting on the bench.
Well, a veteran player, big body, finishes well at the basket, and can really step out and shoot it a little bit as well.
David Buchanan over his first two from the field, the reigning Mountain West Sixth Man of the Year. Dominic Parolin got his big body in the way.
Spencer Aarons, the freshman, checking in. Boise State going pretty deep down its bench. Already 10 players have played now in the first 7 minutes and 15 seconds. You see the foul call there, but Spencer Aarons, the 6'10 freshman, did some big things with Canada in the international game. Now checking in for his first action here at Boise State.
So from Canada, checking in wearing number 16.
Yeah, again, I'm really excited to watch some of these young players play. And Aarons is just highly touted, super athletic, super long.
How about that defense he played on the inbound?
There you go, right into the game. He's ready to roll.
Making his collegiate debut tonight. Thrived in the exhibition against Idaho. Most of the Broncos did in an 89-83 win. A.G. Neto. Where's the contact?
Boy, Neto's so quick off that first step and that first dribble. Really hard to guard. Showing a lot of confidence as a freshman as well.
We're really going to have to enunciate this year, Brian, between Meadow and Neto.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to get confusing.
I won't be good at it. I'm just going to tell you right now.
That's all right. We got it for you.
You got me covered.
A.G. Neto to the stripe, like we said, from Angola, played at the NBA Africa Academy. Coach Williams told us he's a rock-solid dude the whole summer. How he does anything is how he does everything. He said he was a great surprise. 9 points and 3 assists against Idaho. He didn't look fazed by that environment. He's a long way from home. This is a guy who could thrive this year in the number 2 point guard.
Yeah, a lot of confidence, great work ethic, plays hard at practice. Like, I think he's a great addition. He's, as a freshman, he'll play a lot for the Broncos this year.
A guy who will run the point for most of the game is Dylan Andrews. He's back in, taking over for Alvaro Cardenas. Broncos, of course, trying to quote-unquote replace Cardenas and Tyson Degenhardt. On a 26-win team a year ago, they made it to the semifinals of the inaugural college basketball crown.
Well, Cardenas was such a great point guard for the Broncos, but unbelievable job by Boise State staff to find a replacement.
Yep.
So quick, and maybe even an upgrade.
When you think about what the portal is like, Brian, for these coaches, your season ends, or in the case for Boise State, right, they were still playing. You have to evaluate who's out there. You have to make a quick offer to them, and then you have to get them to sign on the dotted line. And you're stuck with them for the whole year. Boise State feels like they're not stuck. They feel like they have great talents in tow. But it all happens so quick in a 14-day span.
Yeah, listen, these coaches don't sleep anymore. They don't get summers off like in the good old days. I mean, these guys are working 24/7 because you just never know if a kid's coming back, not coming back. You might not know till the day after your last game or the day before your first game.
The coaches said they're so appreciative of Athletic Director Jeremiah Dickey and Deputy Cody Gogler, what they do in initiating the Bronco Pro for Boise State, their NIL directive. It has really helped this team accrue a ton of talent. Inbound to Parolin. Julian Bowie attacks. Dylan Andrews. Another Karam off a rebound. Boise State out-rebounded its competition by 8 last year. What a dime, what a jam. Kane to Parolin on the deuce.
Well, that's what R.J. Keene does, right? I mean, really simple play. Gets it to the right guy in the right spot, and Parolin flushes it.
Nearly 2 assists per game for Keene. He averaged nearly 5 rebounds. He is the ultimate glue guy for Boise State. West in the paint, unfettered and unstoppable. He is 5 of his first 7 from the field.
Boy, he's not, like I said, he was fired up to play in this game, to get in the mainland, play a D1 team. He's showing he belongs.
Spencer Aarons on the attack. Julian Bowie. And a rebound for Dylan Andrews. A little soft touch won't go. Parolin again on the board. How about that?
That's what Dominic Parolin can do. The putback there, they like a lot of what he does on the inside there. He hits the dunk on the pass from R.J. Keene, and now he has the putback on the layup. 4 quick points for Dominic Parolin. Who is this number 9 guy? That is Dominic Parolin, a transfer from Lehigh. Lehigh transfer that is now playing his 1 year for Boise State after sitting out last year. Officially checks in at 6'9", 245. He's out of Canada. Played at Lehigh, as I said, put up some big numbers there. And then obviously redshirted last year for with a knee injury. Only has 1 year to play, but he certainly is a guy that provides some stuff on the interior there. Bronco blueprint likes him. Great fighter on the rim with the shots not falling. I'll see if I can bring the stats in here. I don't know. Oh, it won't let me share a different screen at this point. So right now, West already has 13 points for Hawaii Pacific. He's 5 of 7 from the field. You've got what else do we got? 8 of 15 from the field overall for Hawaii Pacific. They're shooting 53%. Boise State only shooting 33%, 5 of 15 from the field, but the Broncos have made all 6 of their free throw attempts, and you like to see this against a smaller lineup. Boise State does have an 11-6 edge on the glass, so Boise State winning the rebounding battle 11-6. Already 4 assists on 5 field goals for Boise State as well. You like to see that, but obviously Boise State's still working out some of the kinks. You get a team like Hawaii Pacific Division II coming in here, nothing to lose. They hit some shots. They get some confidence. Obviously, early on, a little bit early on for Hawaii Pacific. Feeling good. Boise State still some of those first game jitters, but not too much to worry about at this point as Boise State still gets going. Hawaii Pacific in the lead, 19-18. Appreciate all you guys for checking us out. Hope it's not too weird going back and forth between the audio on the broadcast and my audio, but trying this out thanks to Chris Coots, the crew over at Boise State, Cody Gogler. This is in conjunction with Boise State, the Mountain West, Javen Headland. We appreciate them for allowing us to do this here on Bronco Nation News. Another offensive rebound. Broncos just struggling to get the offensive glass. Kick it back out. And Hawaii Pacific, man, this guy, He is on fire. 16 points for West already. Hawaii Pacific has 22 points, and this fellow West has 16 of them. Joshua West, 16 points already as he hits that three. He is 3 of 4 from deep, and that's an early issue early on for Boise State. We'll send it back to the audio of the broadcast here momentarily.
Missed the rim and a loose ball foul.
Boy, Broncos shooters kind of almost feeling like they have a little bit of pressure on them right now. Unusual shot by Carmichael for sure. Usually not going to get that result from him.
32% as a team last year from three. The coaches said it was so encouraging that they were so high in the offensive efficiency metrics, even with their three-point shooting, not exactly living up to capability.
Yeah, I think that's an area the Broncos just really have to improve on. They were 278th in the nation last year from the three-point line. That's as many great shots as their offense creates for them. They're going to have to raise that percentage a bunch.
A guy could help with that is Spencer Aarons. Don't be surprised by that. The coaches say they identify him as a stretch four. He had a three-pointer against Idaho. Quentin McCullough going to work. Right at Andrew Meadow. What a backdoor find. What a fake. And Maj Dusanich lays it in all the way from Slovenia. Played on Todd Golden's NCAA tournament team in San Francisco.
Layups and threes for the Sharks. That's about it.
Andrews to Carmichael for 2. And you see the court vision there for Dylan Andrews on his second assist. 3.4 of those a game under Mick Cronin at UCLA. What answer does West have? He leaves it for a teammate. No dice in Spencer Aarons, a big board. 6'10", 230 frame.
Look at the big fella. Rebound coast to coast. I like it.
Andrew Meadow. Off on his three. Another rebound for Parolin. Little floater for Andrews, no. And a rebound for Quentin McCullough. Transfer from Purdue Northwest by way of McHenry County College. They too have been kind of a hodgepodge of transfers over the years. Brought back every possible player. They graduated a couple, but everybody who could come back is back for Coach Knox.
Well, you see Hawaii Pacific finally missing a shot there. Andrew Meadow in transition. Gets the layup to go. Boise State takes the lead. This might be their first lead of the game, 25-24. Timeout. Hawaii Pacific, the Broncos, their first lead, I believe, of the game. 25-24 here as we do our simulcast on the Mountain West Network. Thanks to them. Thanks to Boise State. Hope you guys are enjoying the show here. Boise State finally in the lead. Broncos just a little off offensively right now. Only shooting 36% from the field, 8 of 22, only 3 of 11. The good news is a lot of these are wide open shots. Boise State is getting wide open shots. They're just not getting them to fall right now. So I think that's a good sign moving forward. Some nerves maybe. Dylan Andrews has had a couple wide open shots in the middle of the free throw lane there from 7 or 8 feet. Hasn't gotten them to go. Some of these three-pointers are wide open. So just one of those starts where a lot of the shots are all missing right now. But they're getting good shots, and they're going to start to fall at some point here. Thoughts about Spencer Aarons? Really impressive. Came in with some very impressive numbers playing for the Canadian, I believe it was the U18 team over in Canada. Was one of their higher ranked players coming in to the program. And I know they really, really like what he brings to the table and what he can do. And obviously you see his shot. You see his shot. He starts up high and he kind of lets it go. He doesn't really bring it down. He starts up high and he lets it fly. So you're not going to get many block shots. He's got that quick release as well. So I think that he's certainly a guy that looks like he has a chance to do some things for Boise State. You do have 4 starters back on the floor, but they've got A.G. Nato in now at the point guard spot. So 4 starters back on the floor. Buchanan, Carmichael, Meadow, and Fielder, along with A.G. Nato here as Boise State's got its first lead of the game, 25-24. Hope you guys will consider subscribing to Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com, $7 a month right now. We've got our subscription going. Would love to have you guys subscribe. $7 a month, that's it, at Bronco Nation News for all your Boise State coverage. as we got football, we got basketball, a ton to bring you at Bronco Nation News. We'd love to have you jump on board. We're part of the 24/7 sports family, and Bronco Nation News is your spot. Let's get back to the live action here.
Really get fired up about, but they will.
Our guy Nate there a moment ago is always fired up. Quentin McCullough into the paint, working on Buchanan.
Boy.
And a nice finish for McCullough. Hawaii Pacific back on top.
Boy, Broncos need to guard better. Simple as that. That's maybe 6 layups now.
Still only gave up 67 points per game last year. Buchanan, no. And a rebound to Dusanich. Played for a national championship head coach in Todd Golden before Coach Golden's stop at Florida at San Francisco. Sarnash, no.
Time to run here. Let's push it.
A.G. Neto, foot on the gas. Carmichael. Drew Fielder off the catch. Right here in Idaho. He said he missed the simplicity of living right here in the Gem State when he was living in California and in Washington, D.C. 8 to shoot. A.G. Neto. Andrew Meadow. The reverse lay-in. And he'll go to the free throw line. This is a lot of what we saw in the Idaho game, Brian. When Boise State couldn't find answers offensively, they got the ball to Meadow, and he found his way to the line.
Yeah, big body, can handle it, can finish strong at the rim. You know, a lot of those times you just want to go in and get fouled, right? Get yourself to the free throw line.
84% foul line shooter. Last year, Brian, he told us that he made 50,000 shots in a post-game interview. This year, he dialed it back to 30,000, okay? I guess, you know, much more pedestrian number, right? But he said the focus was, I'm curious your perspective as a shooter yourself, he focused less on the stand and shoot jump shots and more about the transition offense and getting more in a flow with the shooting and all the drills.
Yeah, well, I think you have to do both, right? I mean, hopefully you want every shot you shoot to be the same. Another big bucket by the Sharks.
Now Sarnac the 3 there. Hawaii Pacific back on top. Off the catch and a foul on the Sharks in deep. They are over the limit. Boise State in the bonus for the final 6:35 of this first half. And J.B. Buchanan back to the free throw line. A 13-week recovery. After back and hip surgery last year, they said he was something that he needed to have done for a long time. All right, it's scary to think about what this player could be this year if he's 100% healthy.
Right, 100% agree. 100% agree.
9 points and 3 rebounds a game last year. That earned him 6th Man of the Year honors in the Mountain West, and former NAIA All-American at Indiana Wesleyan. This guy could be one of the more decorated players in the country by the time he hangs it up. Quentin McCullough off the inbound. Avi Halpert all the way from Los Angeles. Running the point. All CIF second team in California. That is not easy to do.
No, it's not.
A lot of incredible athletes in that state. White Pacific with the lead. They go right at Dylan Andrews. What a find, what a finish. Niasulu for 2. The Sharks just won't go away in this first half. They got the lead.
No, little work to do for Boise State defensively.
Nearly throw it away. Andrew Meadow recovers.
Yeah, new players, new team, different system for a bunch of them. Takes a little time to learn.
Look out for Parolin off the pick and pop. A carry on Dylan Andrews and a rare turnover. As you can imagine, in Mick Cronin's offense, it was paramount to take care of the basketball. He did not turn it over very often. And a rare mistake for Boise State's transfer point guard.
Yeah, that might have just been an early season official kind of trying to teach him a lesson early on. Just, hey, make sure you don't do this when you're playing San Diego State in a big game.
Scott Brown, our head official, he refereed the Mountain West tournament last year in a game between Utah State and UNLV. Another triple try won't go, and a rebound for Boise State. They still have a dominant edge on the glass, 17-10.
Good idea if the Broncos just kind of keep this in the paint, go to your big fellas.
Meadow for the tie. No. Another big rebound for Parolin, and the stick back won't go. Boise State below 33% from the field.
Yeah, and a lot of these like Parolin's right there. That was just an easy take one more drill and just power it up on the glass.
Kahio Boone is into the game for Hawaii Pacific.
Travel.
And there's a turnover, a rare mistake from Jesse Nakashini's team. You think about the recipe to win this game for the Sharks, Brian, and low turnovers had to be high on that list, and that's exactly what they've accomplished so far in this first half.
Yeah, don't turn it over, knock down threes, don't give up threes.
And you need a player to get hot like West has if you're just now tuning in. 16 first down points for Hawaii Pacific. He's on the bench right now.
Oh, he's just taking a 1 minute blow. Trust me, he will be right back in there.
Andrews working with Parolin. Aarons for the tie. You bet. Oh. Spencer Aarons, his second first half three.
Well, he makes that three ball look very simple. After the Broncos to turn it up a little bit here defensively.
Top 30 recruit in the nation as far as a forward. Committed to the Broncos over Gonzaga and Leon Rice's buddy Mark Few. Coach Rice, of course, coached under Coach Few prior to coming to Boise State.
5 on the clock.
A late heave. Sarnach, no. And that's the kind of defense that Coach Burns will be happy about when they look back at this one in film review.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, 31-31. BJ Rains back with you here on our simulcast, our Manning cast. Bronco Nation News. Thanks to the Mountain West. Thanks to Cody Gogler, Chris Kutz at Boise State for letting us do this. First game, working some things out here. You see Dylan Andrews to the rack, and he gets the layup to go. Boise State takes the lead, 33-31. Hawaii Pacific is going to need a timeout. Nice play there from Dylan Andrews, getting to the rack and getting the layup. Look at that finish. Nice shot there from Dylan Andrews. 33-31 is the lead for Boise State right now. 3:51 to go in the first half. And again, you're seeing a lot of open shots just miss. I mean, there's been some great passes, just can't get some of the shots to fall. And as I said, it is what it is. It's early, 33-31. They are announcing here on the scoreboard Derek Marks going into the Boise State Hall of Fame. They announced that 6-member class. And at the football game on Saturday, Derek Marks going into the Boise State Hall of Fame. But how about Spencer Aarons hitting that three from the top of the key? The freshman, he is 2 of 2 from the field, has 6 points in 6 minutes. So they're getting the wave going here, by the way. I don't know if I can show you this or not. They are getting the wave going here. Our man Joey Jenkins is getting the wave going in the crowd here at ExtraMile Arena. It's actually a pretty nice crowd. I know there's some empty seats in the middle, but all 3 decks have fans in them. There's a pretty good crowd here tonight. My audio is way louder than the game audio. Okay, I'll do my best to turn it down a little bit there. Apologize. Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay there. Turn it down a little bit. Hopefully that is better. Apologize for that. Again, working out the kinks in what we hope is a multiple. All right, ball's back in play there. We'll switch back to the Mountain West Network stream. And again, 3:45 to go. Boise State 33-31 lead. The Sharks coming over with nothing really to lose in this situation. And we'll have plenty of updates and thoughts at halftime. For now, we'll send it back to the Mountain West Network feed here as Boise State leads 33-31.
Broncos in the first half, and they have a tradition of winning.
You didn't want to give a crack there at the Hawaiian translation there at the bottom?
Oh, I didn't see that.
We'll give you a pass. Maybe next time.
Okay.
West distributing, and he finds his teammate, Niosulu, for 2. And the Sharks tie it up. It's 33-all. 3.5 minutes for Boise State. Trying to get some separation before the break. Led by as many as 16 in the exhibition win over Idaho. Andrews blows the tire. Mesa on the run. Right at Bowie. And Hawaii Pacific right back on top.
Boy, good play by Bone. Really good play.
We talked about the Idaho exhibition, Brian, quite a bit, but this is a Boise State team, too, that went and took it to Washington in Seattle in a close scrimmage. A win over a Big Ten school is nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not. Like I said, I think this team has a lot of upside. It just takes a little time, right? That's why we play these exhibition games. We're trying to figure out which players fit in which spots and when they fit in those spots. And you can tell they're just a little uncomfortable right now.
Hawaii Pacific has given them every reason to be uncomfortable. Give the Sharks a lot of credit. West finally with a miss. And Boise State pulls away the rebound.
I love when Aarons gets a rebound and just takes off. That's fantastic.
He's been a highlight of this first half for Bronco fans. Boise State trying to regain the lead.
You can tell Dylan Anderson just wants to kind of be unleashed, right? He just wants to go make a play.
Parolin to Bowie. Idaho native. Parolin. They knocked down a couple of those in the exhibition win over Idaho.
But good defensive possession by the Sharks. Boxed out nice. Defended everything well.
They got a chance to take the lead. They get a fourth foul on Boise State in this first half. Dylan Andrews picks up his first. If you're looking for things to be happy about, Brian, in this first half, if you're a Bronco fan, clearly with the low number of fouls, Boise State's defense has done a really nice job of guarding without foul.
They are guarding without fouls. I think I'd rather have a foul than give up the 6 layups that we've given up.
Sure. The Utah native and the transfer from Idaho State, Quentin Mesa, in the offense. Sulu, all the way from Georgia. They've got guys from all over the place, as you can imagine. You can recruit to Hawaii if you get the right guy.
Boy, that's right. There's always somebody willing to take a look at that.
Aarons a look at the rim. R.J. Keene the rebound. Bowie picks up his dribble. A.G. Neto, hard to the 10 and a two-hand finish.
Boy, like Neto a lot of confidence.
He said he defends the point of attack and helps us accomplish guards when they don't touch the paint. Coaching staff raves about what Neto's done in fall camp. A transition three. Neo Sulu from distance. With MVP in his Olone college stop.
Yeah, dribble penetration is just really hurting the Broncos.
Every box checked for Hawaii Pacific in this first half. Can they take a halftime lead? Bowie, a no-look dime. Parolin had it tipped away. Keene sticks with it. No foul call there on Parolin. And Hawaii Pacific looking to stretch its lead before the end of the first half. Mesa on Bowie. Transfer from Wofford by way of Idaho State.
Boise State getting the rebound, going to hold for the last shot, and they will take a timeout here to set up a final play. But 38-37, the Sharks of Hawaii Pacific with the lead here late in the first half. We're going to have a full halftime show, and here we go, folks. Already ready. Didn't even wait a half to jump off the bandwagon here. It's going to be a long year, Dub Track says. Not a great half, but again, a lot of these are wide open shots. I mean, watch the game here, folks. These are a lot of wide open shots that just aren't falling. This is going to be a good shooting team. It's some first game jitters. The defense hasn't been great, but, Hawaii Pacific's also hitting some crazy shots here. So no reason to panic yet. Let's throw it back for the final 20 seconds of the half, and then we'll be with you for the halftime show. We'll have full coverage of the half. Boise State and Hawaii Pacific will give you our thoughts, your thoughts. We'll be back here momentarily.
Mike Burns for the defense. Got, of course, legend Roberto Bergerson there on the left side of your screen. Lex Williams steps into that fourth assistant chair. What a deep staff for Leon Rice.
Well, they really do. I think it's as good as any in the country. I really do. I mean, they are deep and knowledgeable and experienced. I mean, this is a really nice mix of a veteran staff with youth underneath them, and you need that to relate to the players, right? And Roberto Bergerson, player development, and Alexis, player development, and of course you add Kobe Carl to the mix. He's got 6 years of NBA experience and was a great player here at Boise State. He played for the Lakers and the Sixers, and I mean, it's a wonderful staff, and they have a wonderful roster this year, and it's going to take a little time for them to get this thing put together the right way.
Matty Richardson, the Broncos trainer, town out the floor there. Pretty cool look at that with the corral in the background. Again, another great student turnout Oh, by the way, you're talking about Kobe Carl, the son of George Carl, of course, one of the best NBA coaches of all time, in top 10 in the NBA in wins. That can't hurt to have that insight as well. A couple phone calls away in Boise State's program.
Yeah, and I think that's right. And Garrett, I think you'll see a lot of college teams this year or last year starting. They've added NBA coaches to their staff. You look at BYU and you look at Utah.
Yep.
Both head coaches are former NBA guys, and in the world of the NIL and kids wanting to get to the next level, that connection to the NBA, I think, is proving to be super important. And Kobe adds that for Boise State.
A coach for the Philadelphia 76ers, now coaching in Boise. And JV Buchanan set to sub in at the next dead ball. What do you want to see for the Broncos here in the final 20 seconds of this first half?
I was just going to ask you the same thing. I was really curious to see what Leon's going to draw up here. If he's going to work the clock down, is he going to try to get one quick? My guess is they're going to run a long set, and they'll probably go at the rim with maybe 3 to 4 seconds left.
Quiet first half for Drew Fielder. He's only got 2 points, no field goal attempts. Maybe look for him to generate his first shot here at the end of the first.
Yeah, Fielder needs to get more touches for sure. Buchanan needs to get more touches closer to the basket. It's one thing that hasn't really been utilized or has been a focus. You see Hawaii Pacific comes out with a zone. You're going to mix it up a little bit.
Jesse Nakashini pulling out all the stops tonight.
I love it. He's coaching them up. Oh, that was a good play. High post feed.
Buchanan isolates. Can't finish. A rough first half for J.B. Buchanan. Just 4 points. He's 0-4 for the field. Joshua West nearly bookended a perfect first half for him with a half-court buzzer beater. A developing story tonight in Boise, Idaho. The Hawaii Pacific Sharks come to Boise and take a halftime lead over Team Pick to finish top 3.
Well, Boise State heading to the locker room, trailing 38-37 at the half. Boise State trails 38-37. Boise State trailing right now. Hawaii Pacific. We want your thoughts. We want your score predictions. We would love to have all of those great things there. I mean, I'm still not that concerned. It's one half, but it is alarming a little bit, I guess, that here at halftime, Boise State is trailing 38-37 to Hawaii Pacific. D2, Division II, Hawaii Pacific. And yet, Boise State trailing right now. Again, some of the first half numbers will bring them to you. What'd you think of the first half? Let us know overall. How worried are you? How concerned are you? Let us know, and we'll get to your first half thoughts here in a minute. But 38-37, Hawaii Pacific shooting 48.5% from the field. Hawaii Pacific at 16 of 33, 48%. They've already hit 5 3-pointers. They have 10 assists, only 3 turnovers as well for Hawaii Pacific. So they've only turned it over 3 times, and they're hitting almost 50% of their shots. I mean, that's a recipe to hang around in any game. Love the fact that keep it on, keep it coming, trolls. Love it. Love the fact that folks are already giving up on this team one half in. It is just hilarious. I'm not sure this team's going to the Sweet 16, but to one half of basketball, I already say it's going to be a disappointing season. Just not surprising, Jay, but folks in the chat already saying it's going to be a disappointing season here this year. So not it actually is. Would you rather they be contested shots and they can't get open against a D2 team? Maybe you'd rather have that, a D2 team where you just can't get open, and that's much more of a concern. When you're wide open and you can't get shots to fall, it's first game jitters, it's nerves. It's obviously not ideal, but it is certainly going to be I would assume Boise State still wins this game by double digits. There was no point spread on this game. We've got some sort of dance club going on. Jay and Camille Tust are out there on the far right. We got 5 groups dancing. There's some dance move, some sort of dancing club. Not sure which one it is. But Boise State, as we continue to look at some of the stats here, 6 points from Spencer Aarons, 6 from Dominic Parolin. That leads the team right now. 6 points each from Spencer Aarons and Dominic Parolin. 5 from Dylan Andrews. 5 from Andrew Meadow. 4 from NATO, 4 from Javen Buchanan. The Broncos just 12 of 33 from the field. The Broncos shooting 36%. They missed a lot of open looks, 36% from the field. The great John Anderson in the house. Always love seeing John. Now, Boise State is out rebounding Hawaii Pacific 23-14. That's always good to see. 23-14 edge on the glass. 9 of 10 from the free throw line also. Boise State with 5 turnovers, but 10 guys played in the first half for Boise State, and they all played at least 5 minutes. R.J. Keene played the least amount of minutes of anybody, 5 in the first half for Boise State. You had 15 minutes. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm still arguing with them. So gentleman just walked by and said those bleeps you're dealing with on really nice Bronco fan walking by. Appreciate him for his support. Okay, where were we? Back at the stats. Drew Fielder played 10 minutes, did not attempt a shot. 20-plus points in each of Boise State's first 2 kind of scrimmages and exhibitions. Drew Fielder, 2 points on 2 free throws and did not officially, I guess he had the shot that got fouled, but no actual free throw attempts for Boise State. Our man Cody Gogler's walking by. I don't know if he's able to join us or not. You got a couple minutes to pop on if I can get Jay to move, or all right, you mind letting Cody sit down for a few minutes, or you know what? No, you're working. I'll here, Cody, stay there. No, Jay. Oh, one. Can you slide over one spot? All right, Cody Gogler is going to join us. I just made Jay Tus get up, and I feel terrible about that. So if he can slide in, we're going to give him a. Now he knows what it's like to sit in the media seating here. Cody Gogler is going to join us. We appreciate him for coming on for a few minutes here on the halftime stream. This may be a one and done. Who knows? But we appreciate Cody Gogler coming on and hanging out with us at halftime. Cody, I just made Jay Tus get up, and he's working here, so I apologize for that. But how we doing, Cody?
Well, BJ, it's good to be back in ExtraMile Arena. Hawaii Pacific brought it tonight, so I'm sure Leon's addressing that right now, and hopefully we can come out and make some adjustments and end the night on a positive note.
A lot of wide open shots, though. I mean, maybe it's just the jitters of the first game here. I feel like they're running good offense, getting good shots. They're just not falling. You would expect that to change here in the second half.
Yeah, I've seen this team now for 6 months. I mean, this team is deep. I like our guys. I like what Leon's doing tonight. He's getting everybody in. He's getting a good mix right now. So just really awesome, man, to see Bronco Nation back in here. This is a great crowd for our first night on a Monday night in early November. So definitely excited to see the second half. We're going to be just fine.
I know you got a lot of cool things going on. I love the promotion. Not loving the 5 3-pointers already from Hawaii Pacific, but even if they hit 5 more, you could get a $10 ticket. Tell us about this. We saw you guys put it on social media, but for however many 3-pointers the other team hits, in the next game, that directly impacts the ticket prices up in the balcony.
Yeah, testament to our team. Always thinking of creative ways to get Bronco Nation in ExtraMile Arena. This is a 12,000-plus seat arena, and so we know there's a lot of opportunities to come out here and see the Broncos, BJ. And so, for us, there's so much going on right now in the Valley, and there's so many things that our fans could be spending their dollars on. And so an opportunity to do something unique and get our fans engaged and try to fill up the balcony. And you can see that tonight. I mean, we've got fans in every section tonight. So let's hope we can hold Hawaii Pacific to only a couple more threes and have some cheap tickets for the game this weekend.
So theoretically, if they would have not made a 3, are you giving out free tickets?
That's a good question. I think we would have to honor that.
Okay, because it's how much? So one 3 on Saturday, and then the next game would be $1 tickets. Like, it's a pretty Right now it's $5 tickets, so they don't hit any more 3s.
That is correct. And based on knowing Coach Burns really well, I'd be shocked if Hawaii Pacific takes another 3 in the second half.
You mentioned the crowd up here on the third deck and the attendance numbers and things. I know there's some holes in the middle, but for a season opener, we'll find out the announced attendance. But I don't know if it was obviously this unfortunate news on Saturday with the football game, but it just seems like a lot of people are excited for basketball season for good reason. This team, they saw what they did against Idaho. Obviously, we heard, what happened against Washington, but a lot of excitement about this team, and I think this crowd tonight shows that's the case.
Yeah, and we just continue to be amazed by Bronco Nation, our 13th consecutive sellout over in football in Albertson Stadium, and just so grateful for our fans. And you've just seen, I'm not surprised, honestly. You've seen the growth and development with our fan base here and over Leon's time, specifically here since I've been here over the past 5 years. I've seen it. And so this is a big-time venue with a big-time experience, and I think when you look at this team here, BJ, I think we're going to have some really special times in ExtraMile Arena this season.
Now, Josh says, hey, there's 28 seconds to go, and Auburn, number 20, is only up by 2 on Bethune-Cookman. So maybe not. It's one half, right? I mean, it could be right there. What do you like about, you mentioned this team and obviously the different players. We saw Spencer Aarons, a freshman, hitting some shots. I mean, you are as close to this team as anybody, and it seems like a lot of good players, but also a lot of good people, and a lot of the freshmen and guys I've gotten to know. I mean, it just seems like a good – I know a lot of the fans don't get to know the players like you do or I get to on that level, but it just seems like these players and these coaches, this is a really good, fun group that's going to be fun for folks to root for and follow.
Yeah, a couple things stick out to me, BJ, with this team. One, this is the deepest team I've seen since I've been here with Leon. We have options all the way down the bench. And depending on how he wants to set rotations up this year, there's for sure lineups where 4 out of the 5 guys on the field are a threat from 3. And then for sure multiple rotations where all 5 guys on the floor are a threat to score. That hasn't always been the case. The style of basketball that we've played here, a lot of what we've done in the past few years has been through Tyson and kind of the old school mentality. And I think you're seeing that. A lot of good looks tonight. They're just not going in. If we make half of those, we're having a better night.
We heard the official announcement today. Obviously, you guys announced it one by one during the football game. The Hall of Fame class getting announced. Derek Marks, well-deserved. And if folks haven't seen it, really cool video your team put together where you guys, called all of the winners or brought them to campus. That was a really cool video you guys made, but a new Hall of Fame class announced.
Yeah, those are the special moments. I had an opportunity to be in the room when Leon called with Jeremiah, and Derek's overseas right now, I think in Romania, and I have to be fact-checked on that, but they had just gotten done with one of their games. I think they lost. It was a tough loss, and Leon called him actually while he was on the bus. If you could tell, it was really dark.
Turn a light on or something.
Yeah, it was really dark. He was sitting on the bus, and he's like, "Why are you calling me?" And those are the special moments. I have heard nothing but remarkable things about Derek Marks and what he meant to this program. He was part of the OG class that came in and really built this out for Leon. And I asked Leon this morning, we talked for about 20 minutes. I said, Leon, have you ever done that before? He said, this is the first time that I've done it. He said, Cody, that was just the most neat experience for me to call one of my guys and give him that news. And that's really what life is about in college athletics.
Well, final thing quickly, and we appreciate your time. We were in ExtraMile Arena, and the first thing I thought of when you said first time doing this was looking up and seeing some rafters and maybe some banners at some point, some numbers. You guys now officially have taken over ExtraMile Arena, or will soon. I don't know the exact date, but what does that mean for this building in terms of this team and basketball and what you guys with athletics can do now being in control of this place?
It just gives us an opportunity, BJ, to align with the great team already in place here at ExtraMile. We have wonderful people that are running this building. College athletics is moving at a rapid pace, and so this was a great business decision for the university. Grateful for President Shin for allowing us this opportunity. It gives us a chance to reimagine everything, what special events we bring in, how we use the building, what kind of experience we can expand beyond basketball. What does that look like for volleyball? How do we grow gymnastics? And so more to come on ExtraMile Arena, but this was important to us from day one when we got here. And now we're grateful to have it, and we're ready to go. We'll see what's next.
Anything big I forgot to ask, or anything else you want to push out to Bronco Nation here? I mean, we've got what is the final number right now? We're at 1797 watching this game and all chatting in the chat here.
Yeah, and I think for Bronco Nation, obviously, you mentioned the football game on Saturday. Number one, Broncos always bounce back. We love Coach Danielson. We believe in that group, and obviously we're all hurting right now, but it's always what's next. It's always a 1-0 mentality. And we're going to do everything that we can as administration, not only to pour into Spencer and his program, but all 18 sports. We are winners here at Boise State, and I can guarantee you right now we are working around the clock to make sure that the Bronco spirit that we all feel and that we see continues to thrive. And I believe in this group, and can't wait to see them back out here in a couple weeks.
Well, appreciate you, Cody, and thanks for letting me try this weird broadcast tonight, and we'll see how it goes. But appreciate you guys, and here's to a big second half. Thanks, BJ. Appreciate you, bud. Go Broncos. Appreciate it. Cody Goggler joining us. Appreciate him. Deputy Senior Athletics Director, does a lot of great things at Boise State, and now we can give Jay his chair back to get back to work, and appreciate Cody for coming on for a few minutes. Getting set for the second half. Boise State down 38-37. There's about 90 seconds on the clock. We'll jump back into that Mountain West Network stream here shortly. High-level simulcast from the media seating going good. Love the show. Appreciate you for saying that. Trying some different things here. Not sure if folks like it, if it's working, what. Cody was peeking at the chat there, and there were a couple interesting comments there in the chat. So got to make some shots here in the second half, folks. We're about a little over a minute away from tip-off here in the second half. Got to hit some shots. You get a wide-open shot, you got to make it. Again, Boise State only shot 36% in the first half, 26% from downtown, just 4 of 15. So got to find a way to make some shots in the second half, and you got to hope Hawaii Pacific cools off a little bit. 49% for them. Joshua West with 16 points in the first half for Hawaii Pacific. So got to get Hawaii Pacific to cool down a little bit. Got to make some shots. Got to continue to dominate the glass. 23-14. Boise State has an edge on the rebound. Boise State also has 16 points off its bench, but 20 points in the paint for Hawaii Pacific. That can't happen in the second half. So Boise State just got to take a deep breath, calm down, relax. A lot of game left. And I think Boise State's in a pretty fine position here as we get set for the second half. Obviously a wake-up call. Don't want to be trailing. But you got those first half jitters out of the way and a lot of time left here to turn it around. So we'll jump back in with the Mountain West Network feed for the second half. We'll continue to jump in and out here during the second half. Provide our live commentary. Boise State trailing 38-37 at the half. Appreciate you guys for joining us again. Go subscribe. BroncoNationNews.com. Just $7 a month. BroncoNationNews.com. Football, basketball coverage, 24/7 sports, recruiting coverage, all that good stuff. Would love to have you subscribe to BroncoNationNews.com. And let's send it back to the Mountain West Network feed here. And we will be joining you guys shortly. Boise State down by 1 as the second half gets going.
Ball up the court. This crowd is a really nice crowd for a Monday night, and they are anxious to get excited about something. We will see a different Boise State team in the second half. My guess is there was a little bit of chatter at halftime. There was a spirited conversation at halftime, I would guess.
With the personalities in that locker room, I don't think there's any question.
Oh.
Buchanan and Dylan Andrews, we are underway in the second 20. Glad that you're with us. Enjoy it on a Monday night. Start of the week here in Boise. A UCLA transfer, Dylan Andrews for Drew Fielder. Off the mark, he had a great exhibition game, 24 points and 8 rebounds against the Idaho Vandals, who were picked to win their league.
Are they really? I was impressed with the Vandals. Yeah, I was very impressed by Idaho.
Basketball in this state at the collegiate level has just come such a long way over the past several years. Hawaii Pacific on the attack. More of the same for Joshua West, an 18-point game at a Division I opponent.
Boy, just good execution.
Carmichael can't get it to drop for the tie. Boise State is just 4 of 17 from outside. West chisels away. And his first miss of the second half.
Boy, better tempo for Boise State is what we'd like to see early.
Andrews, Fielder, get used to that this season.
Boy, more of that. Take advantage of your size. Hit the 3 on the kickouts.
Broncos said they were going to play more 5-out this year. They had one of the best 2-man games in the country with Cardenas and Dagenhart. They want to see less of that this year, but when they're in a spot like tonight, might see it in 2025. Good idea there for Andrews. Couldn't quite execute. Sharks right to the 10, right down Main Street, an easy lay-in for Dusanich.
We talked about eliminating the easy buckets, the lay-ins, and the Sharks have 2 right out of the gate.
3-point game. Pearson Carmichael. Andrews for the tie. book it. Boise State's big three of the night.
Better tempo offensively, a little more purpose to it. And we need to see it defensively.
Yeah,
Let's see some effort.
Right, he adds that element as well. He's 33% from outside at UCLA. All-region first team, Quentin McCollum at his last stop. Deep triple, Mesa, NBA range, string it up.
Oh, the ball was turning sideways in the air. Great shot.
6 of 17 from outside is Hawaii Pacific. Buchanan, no. Everything's been off for Javen, 0-5 from the field. And now Hawaii Pacific.
All right, another bucket there from Hawaii Pacific, and Leon Rice needs an early timeout. 47-42. Hawaii Pacific in the lead on Boise State. Certainly not the start you're looking for. A couple easy misses right at the rim. You had a miss there for Javen Buchanan, and then they come down and make a bucket right away. So 47-42. It is Hawaii Pacific, D2 Hawaii Pacific in the lead on Boise State. My name is BJ Rains. We're having fun with a little simulcast here. Just trying it out today. Not sure how many games, if any, we'll do this again, but having fun tonight at least. And again, 17-16 to go in the second half, 47-42. And the defense, talked about the defense needing to improve. Hawaii Pacific 4 of 5 in the second half already. So defense certainly not where it needs to be at this point. Just some easy, close buckets close to the hoop. 52.6%. The Division II Hawaii Pacific Sharks are shooting right now, 53%, and they are 4 of 5 from the field in the second half. So you talk about at halftime, Boise State needing to make some shots and come in and get some stops, and neither one of those have really happened so far in the early going. And in the first 3 minutes of the half here, Hawaii Pacific 47-42 with the lead over Boise State. Broncos got to start making some stops. You did see Drew Fielder get his first bucket in a Boise State uniform, but obviously a lot of time left, but a lot needs to happen here for Boise State in the next 17-16. We'll send it back to the Mountain West Network feed here.
Chicago is shooting hoops in the driveway, impersonating Michael Jordan. You have to think that he was thinking about the opportunity that he would get to play a Division I school, Brian, and play at a level like this. He has risen to the occasion, to say the least, tonight.
Well, Wes can really play, right? He just plays with a lot of confidence, and when he touches the ball, he thinks it's his job to score. And he's doing that tonight.
When you think about some of the ingredients it takes to pull an upset, you need an elite shooting night. The Sharks have done that. You need good enough defense, and you really need a key individual performer. West could be that guy if they're looking to pull the upset tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you have to take care of the basketball. Hawaii Pacific has done that. Now we come out in the zone, mixing it up a little bit.
Andrew Meadow, no. Rebound hits the deck. Drew Fielder sprawling for it. A loose ball. And it was touched on the baseline by the Sharks.
Garrett, that's the great thing about basketball is any team can kind of beat any team on a given night. You know, you're not going to see Montana State beat Michigan, right? Like that's rarely ever going to happen in football. But in basketball, that can happen.
A.G. Neto into Drew Fielder.
Big fella should touch the ball often in the second half.
Little pop shot, Andrews, no. Boise State's had some good look at the rims from that range. They just haven't been able to convert. It's starting to just turn into one of those nights where really nothing's falling despite some good looks.
Yeah, they've had good looks both inside and outside. They've gotten to the rim a number of times. They're just not knocking it down.
Neto triple, no. The Broncos 5 of 19 from deep. Just 28%, 35% from the field. And Quentin Mesa, like we said, former Gatorade Player of the Year at Utah in high school. Goes right to the 10, misses inside. Broncos pull down a rebound.
Boy, Broncos really fortunate on that possession not to give up another one. Like the push here.
Dylan Andrews hangs and scores. Broncos back within a bucket.
Broncos need to play faster. Take advantage of your size, speed, athleticism. Play faster.
8 points and 3 boards for Andrews.
Broncos look like they want to push baseline.
Iasulu. Out to McCollum. The defense tightening for Boise State. Mason with 5.
If this shot would have gone in here, I was going to say might not be Boise State's night, but that shot misses. Boise State's going to get the ball back, trailing 47-44, 15:39 to go in the second half. A media timeout here. Time to wake up. Got to keep getting stops and got to make some buckets here. Here's our new game we have out here, by the way. We got some folks taking turns sliding on the mattress, trying to make it all the way down the court, I guess it is. How much momentum can you get diving? This feels like something John Mallory would be awesome at. And they got across half court. There's Team 2, our winners on that one. A new promotion here at ExtraMile Arena. We saw A.G. Nato, the freshman point guard, out there at the same time with Dylan Andrews. Talking to Jay Tus earlier, he said they really like doing that. We may see some of that this year. As you see Joey Jenkins trying to pump the crowd up here. Cowboy hat for Joey Jenkins tonight. Trying to pump up the crowd. 15:39 to go. This crowd wants to get into the game. They just really haven't had much to get into yet at this point. But with that said, they do like NATO and DA out there together, according to Jay, and I don't know why you wouldn't. It gives them a different dynamic at the guard spot. A couple of quick guards that can push the pace in transition. And you saw DA there get that shot. He still missed like 3 or 4 easy ones in the lane. He's missed 3 or 4 in the lane, but he did have a nice finish there for Andrews. Again, Boise State trailing by 3, 15:39 to go here on Bronco Nation News and the Mountain West Network.
Year. You flash forward 25 years, Brian. That is all that college basketball is, and sometimes a byproduct of reshuffling that roster every year. You got to figure things out on the fly. How much of that is factored tonight for Boise State?
Yeah, I think quite a bit, actually. We were just talking during the break that, you bring these new guys in, and they don't want to step on the old guys' toes. The old guys are kind of thinking, well, you're the new guys, go ahead and take over. And it just takes a while for somebody to step up and realize they're the wolf, right? Like, who's the wolf on this team who is just going to take over?
The wolf from last year is playing on the Toronto Raptors G League affiliate right now. Broncos will somehow try to undergo the task of replacing their all-time leading scorer in Tyson Degenhart. Ton of talent on the roster this year. Somebody needs to step up tonight. Who will it be? Drew Fielder trying to prove that he can be that guy.
Boy, great penetration by Neto as well to make that basket happen. But now we need to see defensive output from the Broncos.
Lex Williams said that he's a 3-level guy. You see him scoring there in the first level right at the 10. Boise State needs a stop and a bucket for the lead. Mesa proving that he can thrive in the Gem State. The Idaho State transfer with a bucket.
Well, again, you got to guard these kids on every spot because they're capable. They have no fear, and they kind of don't care right now.
Buchanan, another miss. Reigning 6th man of the year in the Mountain West. 0 for 6 from the field. Joshua West, transfer from Dominican University. He has been the playmaker tonight.
Shot clock at 5.
McCullough with late shot clock. Right at Meadow. Great interior defense there by Andrew Meadow.
Good opportunity to run here for the Broncos.
Andrew Meadow takes the contact, and like we said in the first half, when all else fails, give it to Andrew Meadow. He could be the guy who's like Degenhart last year, going downhill and getting to the stripe often.
Yeah, that's right. And when you're physical and strong like Meadow is and like Fielder is, you're at least going to draw a couple free throws out of this thing, and that's a good possession.
84% free throw shooter from Santa Clarita, California. He said last year was cool and all, and very Andrew Meadow nonchalant voice and style. I'll let you use your imagination there. But he said the second he stepped off the court against Nebraska on April 5th, he was thinking about tonight, opening night against Hawaii Pacific, and starting his junior year.
Well, great career already for Meadows at Boise State, but bigger things to come, I believe, from him.
Makes it a 2-point game here. When Mesa started his career at Wofford, a very good program in the SoCon. A third stop for him in his college basketball journey. Boise State trying to pickpocket. West will get to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Again, big, strong kid, determined, was not going to be denied, and getting to the free throw line is a big deal.
Those coaches said that he brings a competitive edge and a high basketball IQ to the backcourt, and he has exhibited that tonight, shooting toward the corral for the first time tonight. And he gets a fortuitous bounce off the front of the rim. A game high 19 points now for West, showing he can score in a variety of ways. One out of two. And a rebound for Boise State. They are still dominating the glass, outboarding Hawaii Pacific by 10. Their shots have not fallen. Looking to tie or bring it within one. Whistle on the Sharks defensively.
Broncos trying to get it to Fielder in that offensive set. I think a good idea. Use your size, take advantage, get something at the backboard, go back and play defense.
Spencer Aarons into the ball game. If you're a Boise State fan just now tuning in, a strong first half for him, 6 points and 3 rebounds.
Boy, really good looking freshman.
One of a couple Canadians on this roster. Look at the ball movement. Aarons for the tie. The true freshman steps up.
A lot of confidence again. He just keeps it real simple. He's open, jumps up and knocks it down, not thinking about anything else but making the right play.
Let's see if that gets the corral into it.
Kind of first time we've heard the crowd tonight. They've been waiting.
Halpert gives it up. First time tonight we've said Zane Cole's name, and he misses from distance. Broncos looking to take the lead. And a foul before Fielder finds separation. You have to think for this crowd, Brian, it almost feels like a Mountain West matchup against New Mexico or San Diego State, right? You know, you might see the Broncos go down at the half. Of course, they're competitive, and then they eventually work their way into it in the second half. But you wouldn't expect that when they're taking on a D2 opponent tonight, would you?
You wouldn't expect it, but again, a really good turnout tonight, and they are just waiting to get excited for the Broncos.
Andrew Meadow.
Oh.
Another turnover. 7th of the night for the blue and orange. Transition 3. Halpert no. But he is fouled, and he'll have 3 free throws coming.
Yeah, good call. Bad play by Fielder. Bad choice.
That is the team's second. Fielder just picked up his first. Nobody in foul trouble, which is a relief for Boise State. But they do send Halpert to the line for 3. Another guy who the coaching staff identified as a contributor and shoot-around this morning.
Again, Garrett, nobody in foul trouble for Boise State, but you can kind of take a look at that on the other side and say, nobody's fouling anybody. Like, nobody's being aggressive enough to actually go up and challenge anybody.
Mike Burns, his 10th season on Leon Rice's staff, really helps with the defense, and you know he would say the same thing to his guys, likely has in the locker room. And Halpert to the free throw line, trying to make good on 3 of 3. Hawaii Pacific 3 at 9 last year away from home. They have thrived in a road environment.
Boy, that's a real road trip right there, Garrett. Yep. I mean, holy smokes.
Might have a little bit more on that later, but they will cross the Pacific 5 different times this year. 3 of those come within conference play going to California.
Well, that's good frequent flyer miles for these kids.
Yeah, A.G. Neto's not going to get away with that. Nearly turned it over, had to retreat. and shoved his defender off in the process. That will be a teachable moment for the true freshman when Boise State pops in this film.
Yeah, teachable moment number one, take care of the basketball, right? Number two, don't compound it with a foul.
Played for the NBA Academy and the Angola national team. They don't let just anybody on those national teams. He's got an incredible
really
ceiling.
talented player. Like big things ahead for him.
RJ King nearly ran into an official. And an inbound for Hawaii Pacific.
Well, you don't really see any talk amongst the Broncos. You don't see a lot of chatter amongst them. Too
West
easy.
again. He
Too
breaks
easy.
the 20-point mark. He's got 21 tonight. Kane in transition. RJ makes it a 3-point game. Trying to supply some of that grit defensively.
They say basketball is a game of runs, and there just has not really been any tonight. It's been, again, very consistent. Another bucket. Oh,
West with a rare miss right on the doorstep in Boise State Fields. Big time break for the Broncos. Can they cash in? A.G. Neto says yes. The hoop and the horn for the true freshman.
A.G. Nato, the freshman, big bucket there for Boise State. What a swing that was. It was about to be a 5-point lead. Hawaii Pacific had a shot there at the rim, couldn't get it to fall, and then Boise State able to come down at the other end. Nato with the and one and gets fouled. That kid's going to be fun to watch here. Only a freshman, and you found out why they put so much time and effort into recruiting him. In 14 minutes, only one turnover, 6 points already. He'll be going to the line to try to tie the game here. 11:31 to go. Boise State trails 56-55. Hawaii Pacific continues to hit big shots and answer back. They're shooting 49% from the game, from the field. Boise State, 50% here in the second half. They got it to 7 of 14. Have a chance to tie the game here, 56-56 with a free throw coming out of the break. Got to like what you're seeing from Nato. He's been really impressive so far as a freshman. I kind of like seeing Nato and Dylan Andrews out there together. That's been kind of cool. And then you saw it for a little bit. Drew Fielder and Spencer Aarons out there together as well. I mean, they have some combinations where they could go really big and also go really quick as well. I saw some comments in there about Javen Buchanan. 0 for 6 from the field, does have 4 free throws in 15 minutes. They're going to need him at some point in this game. We'll see when he gets back in there, but obviously it's been a disappointing start for Javen Buchanan. 0 for 6 from the field. Julian Bowie also 0 for 3. Dylan Andrews has 10 points. Spencer Aarons 9. Nato going to the line for a big free throw here. 11:31 to go. Hawaii Pacific still leads by 1. Let's check back in with the Mountain West Network.
Approximate miles for them to get 5 different trips across the Pacific. I asked Jesse Nakashini this morning at shoot around, you guys do anything differently? What do you do to entertain yourself on the flight? And of course, as a true coach, he said, we watch game film.
Yeah. Well, and the kids are probably supposed to be studying on those flights. I guarantee they have Netflix loaded up.
You got to keep them sane somehow, Brian. It's a long season.
It's a long season. That's a lot of time on an airplane for sure.
A.G. Neto to the stripe. Had a really good game against Idaho, but 9 points, 3 assists, but he ultimately turned the ball over 3 times, actually fouled 6 times. They let the players play without fouling out in that game, just since it was an exhibition, but they didn't tell them that. It was kind of a funny moment where A.G. fouled out. He started heading toward the bench, and Leon said, no, stay out there, stay out there. He said, Coach, I fouled out. He said, no, stay out there, you're good.
You're good, I love that.
Crowd into it. It's a tie game. 11:20 left to go. Quentin Mesa gives it up. Sarnach, no. An offensive rebound and a foul. You just can't have that right now if you're Boise State trying to salt this team away.
Yeah, really good set by Hawaii Pacific that time. They set it up for 3, got a good look at it, but that's obviously the time you really got to go get a body on somebody and box out.
And Quentin McCullough, to his credit, to the free throw line. Another player from Illinois, like we said, they're from all over the country. So much to the point of that graphic, they are racking up those frequent flyer miles.
But what a great experience for these kids as well, right? I mean, they will be seasoned veterans and travelers and will have seen the world. And, of course, they're living on the beach and the weather's perfect. And it's just a great experience for them.
It's an advantage, too, when they play their home games, too, because the team's traveling from California, the Pac-West, to play them. They've got that giant air hanging over their trip, right, of fatigue and moving time zones, and you have to think that they're more used to it at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Probably picking up sunburns the day before the games and advantage to the Sharks.
Andrews, the lob and the jam. Spencer Aarons, an exclamation point.
What a great play set up by Duryea. Coach Duryea, great execution. Maybe that will light a fire for Boise State.
Play of the night. Crowd's been begging for something like that all evening long. Andrews came out with the basketball. It'll belong to Hawaii Pacific. And Boise State, Brian, has had a couple instances of that tonight. No such instance on this play. Spencer Aarons showing that 6'10" frame.
Good look, freshman. A lot of confidence tonight. And a great pass by Andrews.
Into Mesa. Andrews tightly guarding him. Sarnach picks up his dribble. What a find, McCullough. Right around Aarons. And Hawaii Pacific regains the lead. Ten minutes left. This game has been just about as entertaining as you could have possibly asked for. Dominic Parolin into the basketball game.
Give it back. Yep.
Aarons. What a tip by R.J. King. That's what he does. Dylan Andrews showing you what he does.
Smooth play by Andrews.
Working on a double-double. He's got 12 and 7.
Boy, that's a quiet 12, too.
Little cat and mouse game there between R.J. Keene and Quentin McCullough. If that doesn't embody who R.J. Keene is as a player, I don't know what does.
I think he was trying to bait him into the, kind of not going for the ball. And he was going to kind of dive in there and scoop it up. But
I know you're a big football guy. That's like on a punt where the returner doesn't field it and try to fake the other team into touching it and downing the ball. Where
exactly what it was, yeah.
Tied at 60. Boise State looking for a lead. R.J. Keene. Couldn't find the rim. Out of bounds off Hawaii Pacific. A little extra life there for the Boise State Broncos.
9 on the shot clock. But I'd love to see that ball get a post touch. Quick post touch. Good things happen. The ball goes inside.
Keene came to Boise State as a shooter, by the way. Coach Rice and RJ have both said, yeah, we agree. He's got the green light to shoot in those situations. You would see him last year pass up shots at 2 feet. He was just such a distributor and a rebounder. He's looking to take on more of a scoring role this year. Dylan Andrews at 3. Spencer Aarons, a fading 3. This guy's got everything in the bag.
Holy smokes. Number 16 out there is playing with a lot of confidence. He's going to make a name for himself in this town real quick.
Top 30 forward recruit in the ESPN 100.
But Hawaii Pacific does a really nice job passing the basketball.
Bronco Nation gets the assist there. Loudest ExtraMile Arena has been all night long. And they force a turnover.
Johnny Ballgame's giving us 2 minutes here. Johnny, your thoughts, man? 63-60.
They don't. I don't think they win this game without Spencer Aarons. I was told he was a brilliant shooter. This is the first time I've seen him play like a live game like this, and his shooting was 100% as advertised. That kid can stroke it. Javen Buchanan, did he listen to me hype him up? Is it the ball game curse? He's like my player of the year in the league this year, and he's 0 for 6, right? So far, man, tough one. Where's Buchanan? 0 for 6 tonight.
4 free throws. 4 free throws.
I'm sorry, 4 free throws.
But that big, crowd's getting into it a little bit now. Big 9 minutes here.
Huge. I mean, I want to say they'll pull away now, but I've been saying that all night. BJ, how bad would this be? Do we even go there? Like, it's a D2 school.
They got Joey Jenkins firing them up. They're going to be all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they will.
Idaho Sports Talk, 3 to 6 tomorrow. Appreciate you, Johnny.
Somebody else will do it. The first half, again, there were no Wolves. They just kind of, everybody sat back looking at each other. The second half, Aarons has stepped up and all of a sudden brought some energy, made some big plays. That is contagious.
Boise State outscoring Hawaii Pacific 26-22. Coach Jesse Nakashini on the other side. I was talking with him this morning, and he said, yeah, we got nothing to lose. We're going up against a top 28 team in KenPom. And I said, Coach, they're 43. And he said, oh, good. Okay, that makes you feel a little bit better.
That makes a difference.
But just to compliment right to what Boise State has become, that he assumed that the Broncos were in that top 25 range. They, of course, are receiving votes in the AP poll.
Right. And I think talented enough to deserve that as well. Listen, Hawaii Pacific has just come in here and just played really, really well with a lot of energy.
Aarons around the horn for A.G. Neto. Spencer leading the Broncos with 14 points. Gives it up. Andrews. A selfless basketball there for Boise State, but it doesn't lead to the bucket.
Yeah, great possession. And defensively, again, for Hawaii, good effort. Very fundamental. Solid box outs. No chances for offensive rebounds.
It's interesting. It seems like the Sharks are trying to test Spencer Aarons defensively. What do you see in his game at that end of the floor thus far?
Boy, that's a really good point. Offensively, obviously, he's kind of been a juggernaut right now. No fear at all for him. I don't have a great answer for you now yet, Garrett.
I stumped Brian King.
I'm
Let's
going to
go.
have to pay a little bit more attention to you.
I'm going to have to put that one on the portfolio. Stumping BK, the great basketball mind.
Well, it's game one. It's game one.
That, you're right.
I'm a little rusty.
It's been a couple months. Bobby Halpert at the line. Hawaii Pacific 9 of 10 at the strike tonight. He is 4 for 4. And he hasn't missed.
Well, they have just played solid, fundamentals, tough basketball. No turnovers. Knock down your free throws. Finish at the rim. Very consistent.
Boise State holding on to that 1-point lead. Another turnover. Drew Fielder throws it away. Only the 9th of the night for Boise State. They averaged 11 a game last year. Hawaii Pacific regains the lead, and the bench erupts. Halpert for 2. And the Sharks back up by 1. R.J. Keene in the corner. Fielder, what a finish. Boise State seesaws on top.
Boy, good dish by Keene. Again, now you have to follow it up with a great defensive possession.
Poked from behind by Boise State, and that will take us to the under 8. Who'd have thunk it, a 1-point game.
All right, we've reached the under 8 timeout, 65-64. Boise State clinging to a 1-point lead. Drew Fielder putting the Broncos back in front. Finally, a little energy in the arena here. Boise State, this crowd is trying to help them out. But it's officially danger zone here. A 1-point lead, 7:44 to go. As the Broncos working off some first game jitters. And Hawaii Pacific, as you saw, just continues to make some crazy shots. That layup, that shot was a crazy shot there. Joey Jenkins firing up the crowd for the T-shirt toss. They're trying to find the loudest section in the building. They're throwing some T-shirts into the crowd. 65-64. They're doing what they can here in the arena with the music and the promotions team to get the crowd fired up. Obviously, Boise State's got to find their way to help finish this off now. We got over 200 of you watching on YouTube. We're up to 2,600 total views. We appreciate all of you guys for sticking with us here. Bronco Nation News at bronconationnews.com. Check out our website. Go subscribe. $7 a month at bronconationnews.com. Gets you all kinds of Boise State coverage, football, basketball, all that good stuff as the Broncos try to win the season opener here against Hawaii Pacific. And we'll take you back to that Mountain West Network feed. Boise State. Hawaii Pacific just hit another 3, and they're up by 2. We'll check back in.
Straight wins against non-conference opponents. Very good home court environment. 13-2 last year in this building.
Yeah, this is just really a great basketball arena. It has been for many, many years. I would argue it's as good as any on the West Coast, and I've been to most of them. The fans here are fantastic. The facility is pristine and beautiful. It's a great place for college basketball.
Every time Boise State has mounted a lead, Hawaii Pacific has had an answer. Josh Niasulu out of the timeout gives Hawaii Pacific another advantage.
Yeah, Garrett, they just get good shots and they knock them down.
Fielder off a pass fake. Dylan Andrews for the lead. Yes! Back and forth they go. Boise State back on top thanks to Dylan Andrews.
And again, follow it up, Broncos, with a good defensive possession.
Halpert, a heat check. No. Coach Nakashini not going to be pleased with that one.
Boy, he's done such a great job with his team.
He absolutely has. Third season, City really feels like they've established a culture that is enviable within their league. They're going to compete in the Pac West. We can tell you that for sure. Foul on the floor against the Sharks.
Good call. Love to see more touches for Fielder underneath. Big body, very experienced player. Hasn't had a ton of opportunities tonight.
That's number 5 on the Sharks. Keep an eye on that number. The first team to get to the bonus could get a boost here late with how physical this game has been in the second half. Coach Rice hoping his group can separate here late. David Buchanan trying to get going. No field goals for him tonight. Just 4 points. This is what he was so good at last year. Extra ball movement. Meadow a 3. No. And the rebound snatched away by the Sharks. They can take the lead on this possession with 6.5 left. McCullough back to the basket, drives right at Buchanan. And Niasulu is fouled. Like Spencer Aarons, the Sharks have attacked Javen Buchanan defensively as well, going right up the gut. And Buchanan struggling for answers here as you get one more look at this play.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it doesn't, you know, the Broncos are kind of looks like it's man on man, right? It's one guy. There's not a lot of help. You see Meadows battling himself. Not a lot you can do if nobody's going to come help.
McCullough a finish. Hawaii Pacific takes the lead in transition. David Buchanan for 2.
Yeah, great pass, great finish. Kind of a gutsy pass right there with a 1-point basketball game. But again, can the Broncos follow it up defensively?
Mesa working on Andrews. McCullough 13 on 13. He's had the ball for most of this second half. Niasulu with 8 to shoot. Mesa want to move. Can't hit. Andrew Fielder clears the board. Andrew Meadow 1 on 2. No fear. And he can't finish. That's been the microcosm of the night for Boise State.
It really has. Really has. Not a lot of breaks have gone their way, but, they just haven't finished plays.
44% from the field, just 31% from outside. They've heated up a little more in the second half. Boise State shooting 52% from the field in the second frame, 36% from outside. Hawaii Pacific, meanwhile, 53 and 50. McCullough gives it up. Mesa to beat the shot clock buzzer, and he can't. And another good half-court stand for Boise State defensively. That's when their defense has been at its best tonight.
Yeah, much better the second half, but Hawaii Pacific not going away either. The Broncos need to put possessions back to back to back.
In some regard, we should have seen this coming last year against a team that will be in the Mountain West next year, Hawaii. Sharks went to their arena, the Stan Sheriff Center, and gave them a heart attack. It was 67-63 as the horn sounded.
Well, this is a good basketball team. Again, very well coached, very fundamental.
Broncos turn it over. That is their 10th. Halpert on the move. He's had a couple big buckets in this second half. They find space. Halpert tucks it in. Sharks back on top. A 1-point lead.
For the Sharks, they're playing freely.
Fielder for the lead. What a headsy play Quentin Mays has played a lot of basketball. You saw it there as he knocks that one out of bounds off of Andrew Meadow.
Yeah, the Sharks, again, they're playing like this is the national championship. I mean, every possession is desperation on their part.
West Valley Cypress High School in Utah. He was the state's Mr. Basketball, was Quentin Mesa. 12 points versus High Point in his second career game at Wofford. That was some high-level basketball. Iasulu driving on Fielder. Mesa. What a shot. A multi-possession lead for Hawaii Pacific with 3.5 left.
Good play, good entry.
4-alarm upset alert at ExtraMile Arena.
All right, we're back, and we got Johnny Ballgame with us. Stunning development here so far, 74-70. Boise State had the ball in the lead, a chance to extend it out, but just unable to do it. And a huge three-pointer for Hawaii Pacific. Hawaii Pacific. Johnny Ballgame, your thoughts here, man?
This crowd is stunned right now. It's just dead silent. It's just dead silent right now, BJ.
Hold on a second. What's going on with your mic here? Are you plugged in there? Try again there.
All right. You got me there?
We got you.
Sounds like I'm on. BJ, I mean, I'm speechless here. This is a D2 team doing like whatever it wants offensively. They're scoring down low. They're hitting their threes. They're defending. They're making Boise State's possessions one and done. I mean, I can't. I bet the comments here are. I mean, I can't even imagine what your post-game show is going to be like. This is one of the big. I mean, 2 days ago, the Fresno loss, and this tonight. I don't know, BJ. I'm completely stunned by this. And I mean, gosh, Hawaii Pacific's playing well. Like, they're scoring on them. This is crazy, BJ. I can't believe this. They might lose this thing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Johnny. I'm not sure what's going on with my other microphone, so only my one mic was working. But Boise State trailing 74-70, 3:38 to go. We'll send it back to the Mountain West Network.
Yeah, it never would have happened. And, you know, credit to Coach Rice and his staff for getting the invitation to Maui. I mean, this is a big-time, historical, great basketball tournament. I guarantee Coach Rice is not thinking about that right now.
Not.
He's thinking about the next 3 minutes and 38 seconds. But a great opportunity for this program and for these players to play in that tournament.
Well, backs against the wall. Boise State trying to avoid what will be a Herculean upset for the Hawaii Pacific Sharks. Andrews pushed off. And the Boise State crowd is livid. Leon Rice is basically at center court, expressing his displeasure with that whistle. And the Broncos back on the defensive end. Here's a look for yourself.
Boy, that was a little touchy. That was a little touchy for sure.
Leon Rice at the free throw line right now. Let's see what the call is here. Now they're awarding a timeout to Boise State, it would appear.
Yeah, Broncos called timeout. That gives Leon the right to kind of head out on the court. And he is notorious for that. He's going to give it to him. But, hey, next play, right? You're down 4, 3:31 to go. It's next play.
One timeout left for the Broncos. None for Hawaii Pacific. That can play an impact down the stretch. And Boise State has played well at times tonight. They averaged 76 points per game a year ago. Looks like they're going to eclipse that tonight. The problem, Brian, for Bronco fans just tuning in to this potential upset, the defense just has given Hawaii Pacific almost anything that it could ask for, especially here trying to pull a Division I upset on the road.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Defensively, the Broncos just have not been very tenacious at all, very passive. Hawaii Pacific, to their credit, has knocked down and taken advantage of the opportunities the Broncos have given them.
Well, you talk about something that would let all the air out of ExtraMile Arena as the Bluebirds fly. Sharks looking for another bucket. Make it potentially a 3-possession game. Niasulu, a miss. Aaron's the rebound.
Boy, great block, great rebound. Again, who's going to take charge for Boise State?
A turnover. Andrews tosses it away. Up ahead, Mesa, and one. An incredible lay-in. And an opportunity to make it a 7-point game for the Sharks.
Boy, Mesa having the game of his life and having fun doing it.
A.G. Neto just picked up his 4th. That is the team's 8th. And the Sharks in the bonus for the rest of the game. Mesa gets the roll. And now it's a 7-point lead. This is no fluke. A 7-0 run for Hawaii Pacific. They have led this game for 24 minutes and 14 seconds. Been tied 11 times, 14 lead changes.
Sharks have been in control from the opening tip, which, by the way, they won the opening tip. They have been in control the entire game.
They've been the better team tonight. Neto to Meadow. Drew Fielder. They've got to have it. They get the roll. Drew Fielder, his first 3-point bucket in a Boise State uniform.
Got the scoreboard wrong here in ExtraMile Arena.
Now we have 77 to 73. They are able to make that change. Line drive triple. Niasulu, no. It's just something you cannot have if you're Boise State. They allow a loose ball rebound, and a jump ball is called. It'll stay with the Sharks.
But another great set by Hawaii Pacific. Dribble drive, kick for a 3. Got a really good look at it. That would have caused a problem if that would have went in. Broncos have a chance to defensively make something happen.
Not what you want to see if you're a Boise State fan. Joshua West subbing into the game. If you're just now tuning in, he's torched the Broncos for 21 here tonight. Inbound, Halpert. That one off the side of the backboard and a rebound for Spencer Aarons. 4-point game. Who will step up for Boise State? Dylan Andrews. A.G. Neto. Rebound into the arms of West. Precious seconds ticking off of the clock.
Boy, West just tough as nails. Went up and got a big rebound.
Under 2 left to play. Hawaii Pacific trying to pull off an upset for the ages. West gets to the rim. The ball finds the bottom of the net. Thought maybe there would be a goaltend there. And unfortunately for Sharks fans, Joshua West is down and really hurt. You don't see that a ton. A teammate is the first to his aid, helping him stretch out the ankle.
They came such a long way. They might not have brought a trainer with him. I'm not sure, but looks like a cramp for West. He'll probably get that fixed.
That's a 4-man staff for Hawaii Pacific. Cameron Flabel, Kyle Ruiz, and Garrett Shiflett. So they do have to spread out the training staff. And, of course, Matty Richardson, Broncos athletic trainer, out to help him out. And you hope this is just a cramp, of course, Brian. I know you've been there before.
Yeah, it looks like you can actually just see his calf just pulsating right there. That is not just a little cramp, it's a big one.
Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Dragged off the floor by his own teammate? We've had a little bit of everything tonight at ExtraMile Arena.
Broncos got to go quick here.
They need a bucket. You need one quickly. Fielder, a little lay-in. It's a 4-point game.
You got to pick him up early.
Just over 90 seconds left. Mace has been so good tonight, returning to Idaho, but he turned the ball over there and gives Boise State life.
Boy, Mesa has been so good, so tough tonight. Hard to guard kid, really crafty with the basketball.
And Joshua West stays out of the game. They're having to inbound right by him. He's still being tended to by the Broncos athletic trainer right there in the corner. Kind of a bizarre scene here late in a close game we play on. A.G. Neto. Dylan Andrews. Spencer Aarons. Had been the hero at times tonight. Unable to make it a one-point game there. Division II Hawaii Pacific. 1 minute and 11 seconds away from a massive upset. Quentin McCullough right at Spencer Aarons. 1 minute left. Shot clock down to 10.
Don't foul now. Got to guard him.
Clock down to 6. Halpert. Rebound, Andrew Meadow. Boise State has to have foot on the gas. Shot clock and game clock about 22 seconds apart. Dylan Andrews. It won't fall. Out of bounds. Who's the last touch? Off of Hawaii Pacific. Broncos just 9 of 31 from the three-point line. A group that was 32% from outside last year has taken a step back in that regard tonight.
Well, just have not shot it well. But again, I don't think offensively that's exactly what's going on tonight here. Hawaii Pacific has played very, very well. But defensively, you can't give up 80 points.
Andrew Meadow. They need it so badly, and they get it to drop. It's just a one-point game in Boise. Andrew Meadow was shooting.
All right, here we go. Andrew Meadow, a huge three-pointer. Boise State has cut it to 78-79. The Broncos trailing by 1. 32 and a half seconds to go, trying to avoid what would be one of the worst losses in the history of the Boise State basketball program. A season opener against a Division II team from Hawaii that went 15-14 last season, Hawaii Pacific. They have led most of this game. It's been back and forth, a lot of lead changes. Boise State trailed by 7 points, 77-70. Just unbelievable. Broncos trying to get in this. They're going to have to foul. There's 33.4. They put 33.4 seconds on the clock. Boise State's going to probably have to foul right away, Johnny, get a steal and foul. I mean, there's only a 3-second difference. I don't think you can play that out. Boise State 79-78. They trail 33 seconds to go. We appreciate all of you that found the stream. Over 300 of you watching on YouTube. We're over 3,000 views overall. They're getting ready to inbound the ball. I don't want to give it away, so we'll go back to the Mountain West stream. 33 seconds to go. Boise State trails by 1.
Opportunities for them to blink, and they just have not. Well-coached, steady, rock-solid players. And they have sent a shockwave to the rest of the coaches in the Pac-West Conference.
They absolutely have. It's a league that saw a team in it upset Long Beach State in a scrimmage. That should have been a warning sign to everybody who got a team like this on its schedule. If you're Hawaii Pacific, how do you manage this going the length of the court?
First of all, you got to get it in bounds. You got to get it in bounds. You have to know the pressure is coming. You have to turn and face the defense, protect the basketball, and be ready for a foul.
Halpert nearly gives it away. They are having trouble getting it across the line. Running out of time. Boise State basketball. The shot clock is dark, and the Broncos with a chance to hold for the final shot. Neither team with a timeout.
That was the first moment of panic we've seen all game. They should have been patient. Let the defense come to them, reverse the basketball, let them foul you.
Who takes the last shot for Boise State? It's in the hands of the UCLA transfer, Dylan Andrews.
Boy, Broncos got to go to the rim. They got to go quicker. Go to the rim, make a lot of good things happen.
Dylan Andrews with 6. Andrews with 5. Dylan Andrews for the lead. No! Drew Fielder loses it. Aaron's the putback. It will go. Hawaii Pacific has upset Boise State. You don't want to call it Chaminade over Virginia in 82, but it's pretty darn close.
Boy, good for Hawaii Pacific. Again, they did not blink the entire game. Tough as nails all the way through. Major upset at ExtraMile Arena tonight.
I don't think anybody believed it here in Boise until the final buzzer sounded. A top 50 team in the preseason KenPom rankings goes down to a Division II tonight. What a start to your college basketball season. If this is November, what is March going to be like?
Holy smokes. Not the outcome we were expecting, obviously, here in Boise, Idaho, but hey, opportunity for them to learn, rebuild, and get better, and they better do it quickly.
My goodness. Upset for the ages. The Sharks win. We're back with more in a sec.
With the Mountain West app, it's your game, your way. Designed for
Wow. How about that, folks? Boise State falling. Tough week indeed. Fans are commenting on maybe the worst 48 hours in the history of I'm sending a tweet out here, but unbelievable. Boise State falling 79-78 to the Sharks from Division II Hawaii Pacific. Maybe the worst loss in the history of the Boise State men's basketball program. Certainly a rough 48 hours, losing the way they did on the blue on the football side to Fresno State, and now losing to a Division II team on the men's basketball side. Just stunned right now, not really sure what to say. We'll get comments from Leon Rice. We'll have a full Jackson's postgame show on a different YouTube stream coming up in about 20 minutes or so. But Boise State falling 79-78. You give a Division II team a chance, and they're going to take it from you. Just a devastating loss. Certainly a lot of games left to play, but in terms of excitement for the season, fans being excited about this team, the momentum they could have built early in the season, all of that is gone in 2 hours here at ExtraMile Arena. So much excitement, so much hope for this team, for this season, and the Broncos fall in the season opener to a Division II team from Hawaii Pacific, 79-78 the final. Boise State falls in the season opener. And again, I'll have to look and find out, but I'm not sure they've ever lost to a non-Division I team. This is a game where you would have been favored by 30 or 40 points, and Boise State loses the season opener. Just stunned silence from fans as they exit the arena. No boos because folks didn't know what to do. They were just stunned silence as fans leave the arena right now and walk off. It feels like a funeral here. Unbelievable. Just a devastating loss. You let this team hang around, and they're going to go get it. Hawaii Pacific shoots 50% in the second half, 49% for the game. Boise State goes just 10 of 33 from three-point range, 30.3% for Boise State from three-point range. They do out-rebound Hawaii Pacific 40-27, but not much else went right. Hawaii Pacific just hit a ton of big shots when they needed to. And Boise State stunned, and I mean just stunned in the season opener at home, 79-78 to Hawaii Pacific. Really not sure where to go with this one, folks. Just an unbelievable loss for Boise State. The Broncos, so much hype, so much excitement about the season. So many folks here wanting to put the football loss behind them and talk about, and talk positive and talk basketball. So much to like about this team moving forward. And there was just so much excitement, and it just all comes crashing down. 79-78, you lose a game to a Division II team in the season opener. 79-78, a lot of these fans that are heading out, just stunned silence right now. I don't know what to say. There's no defending Leon about this one. There's no defending him. I mean, it was just it's an embarrassing loss that cannot happen. An embarrassing loss that cannot happen. A season opening game, you lose to a Division II team, and sure, it'll make for a great Hollywood story. If they come back and, start the season losing to a Division II team and end up winning, an NCAA tournament team. But this team has a long way to go before that happens. Just a stunning loss as you see the crowd quietly walking out of here. Not sure what to say, not sure how to act. What a celebration, a deserved celebration for Hawaii Pacific on the court. as Boise State falls to Hawaii Pacific in the season opener. Again, Hawaii Pacific shoots 50% from the field. Joshua West with 23 points to lead the way. 23 points for Joshua West. Hit a couple big shots, hit a bucket there that put them ahead late in the game. Big three from Andrew Meadow with 33 seconds left. Kind of brought Boise State back into it a little bit. They were down one. And got the turnover, got the ball back, and then just not much going offensively. Saw this a lot last year. There wasn't really a play. Dylan Andrews just kind of dribbling the ball at the top of the key. Not much was happening. And then he misses a shot. I thought I heard a whistle or something. There wasn't. And then they were fighting for the rebound, and the shot, I'm not even sure it would have counted, misses at the buzzer. And Boise State falls 79-78. Just a inconceivable loss. I mean, Jay, do you know if they've ever lost to a Division II team before? I mean, I can't imagine it. It's got to be up there, if not the worst, top 2 or 3 worst losses in program history. Boise State falling to a Division II team. And, man, what a buzzkill. What a buzzkill for this team, for this season. I'm just not sure where to go with this, folks. Just absolutely stunned at this point. Need to get back and interview the players and coaches. They're going to be doing some interviews and things shortly. And then we're hoping to have a second kind of live stream, a full post-game show with Abe Jackson. We'll hear from Leon Rice, hear from some players, probably in about 30 minutes or so. But my instant reaction is just stunned, disbelief, not sure what to say, didn't see this coming. And, I mean, somebody find me a worse 48 hours in the history of this athletics department. You lose on the blue to Fresno State in embarrassing, horrible fashion, 30-7. And then you turn around 48 hours later, all this hope and excitement about the basketball team, and you lose to a Division II team in your season opener, 79-78. I'm not trying to be over dramatic, whatever. I've been covering this team 13 years, and I can't remember ever a 48 hours worse than this for Boise State fans. We'll have a full post-game show. We'll hear from Leon Rice. We'll hear from some players. Obviously, I just didn't make enough shots. A lot of wide-open shots that missed, and then the defense, which we were told was going to be a lot better this year, allows Hawaii Pacific to shoot 50% from the field. And questionable offensive foul call there on Dylan Andrews with about 3 minutes to go. And Boise State just could never do anything. Whenever they would get the lead, they just could not find a way to push that lead past 1 or 2 points. And give Hawaii Pacific a lot of credit. They kept hitting big shot after big shot. They never gave up, and they hit some big shots, and they deserve to win this game. What a win for Hawaii Pacific. This was an exhibition game for them. The game did not even count for Hawaii Pacific. It was a exhibition practice game for them. It did count for Boise State. Boise State drops to 0-1, and Hawaii Pacific comes here, gets a check, and heads home tomorrow with a program-defining, just maybe the biggest win for them in the history of their program. So we're going to go do some interviews. And it doesn't count, luckily. Does not count as a quad 4 loss. That's the only positive. It does not count as a quad 4 loss because this game will not even show up on the NCAA tournament sheets for the selection committee. This game did not happen for the tournament, but it is a regular season game. The stats count, the record counts, but technically the game didn't really count. So Leon Rice is coming out for his interview on the radio. We're going to jump back to get some post-game interviews, and then another full show coming up in about 30 minutes over on the BNN YouTube social media channels. Go get a cold one, get a beverage, join us in about 30 minutes. Boise State, maybe the worst loss in program history, 79-78 to Division II Hawaii Pacific. We'll be back in about 30 minutes on the YouTube, Facebook, and X channels of Bronco Nation News with a full post-game show.